we have in the Southern Division is a tie for first place. Lake Elsinore at 8-5, and Rancho Cucamonga also at 8-5. So you've got Inland Empire just a half game back, and High Desert 1.5 back. They're playing 500 baseball. Tonight, Quakes host the Modesto Nuts. First time we will see Modesto this year. They come in with a record of 7-6, 2.5 games back of the San Jose Giants up in the Northern Division. Well, Van's first pitch coming up in this ball game in about 15 minutes or so, but tonight we also have the Quakes On Deck show coming your way. We're going to sit down and talk with Quakes left-hander Micah Posey. He's been in the bullpen for his first few appearances, but has now joined the starting rotation full-time. We'll see him when he makes his first start of the year tomorrow night in Game 2 of this series. So we'll go ahead and step aside for 60 seconds. When we come back, it's the pregame comments of Quakes lefty Micah Posey. That's coming up in 1 minute right here on the Quakes Radio Network.
We at KWRM 1370 know that you have a choice when it comes to sports radio, and we also know that you're in the right place. By airing the local games that matter most to you, KWRM is your Orange County and Inland Empire sports leader. Whether it's professional baseball, college basketball, or high school football, no one delivers the best and exciting local play-by-play like KWRM. Check out our new website at KWRM1370am.com. That's KWRM1370am.com, and thanks for being a part of our all-star lineup.
This is Rob Sinclair, the voice of the Quakes of the Ontario Airport Marriott. If you're looking for a great place to eat, the Ontario Airport Marriott features the D Street Sports Bar and Grill, open daily from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m., the Pacific Grill for the fine diner, or stop by the 24-hour Pacific Deli. The Ontario Airport Marriott is located at 2200 East Holt Boulevard, just off the 10 freeway. The Ontario Airport Marriott, a proud sponsor of your 2006 Quakes on the radio.
Here on the Quakes On Deck show, this is Rob Sinclair talking now with Quakes pitcher Micah Posey. And Micah, let's take a look back at what we had on this road trip. Quakes go 3-3, had a chance to go 4-2. Close ball game last night. Battle back to tie it there in the top of the 8th inning, but Lake Elsinore gets a run in the bottom of the 8th and then holds guys off in the 9th, 4-3. But take us through your impressions of last night's ball game.
I really thought that last week they started, kept it close for them. Did real well. Both starters from both sides pitched the ball real well. Just the end of the game, it came down to the bullpen, and I think, they got a little blooper hit in the left field after a leadoff walk, which really hurt. And I think, when it all comes down to it, I think it was just the leadoff walk that really hurt us. But, it was a good game all the way around and pretty clean. You can't be too dissatisfied with it. We came back and tied it up at the end, so, that's a positive.
We talked about the road trip in general. You guys take 2 out of 3 from Lancaster over the weekend, and then lose 2 out of 3 to Lake Elsinore. But at the same time, you know what? You never complain about playing 500 ball on the road, especially in the Southern Division, teams that you guys are going to face time after time after time. So going 3-3 on the road on your first road trip, I think that's very positive.
Yeah, very positive. You always, like you said, you do want to go 500. Of course, you want to win every series. That's your goal. But then again, if you don't, you look back on it. I guess that's okay. 500. You'll learn to live with that as long as you win games at home and you win series at home.
Now, previously, you were talking about yesterday's ball game, about the starts turned in by both Cesar Ramos from Lake Elsinore and Jose Arredondo from the Quakes. Talk about the starting pitching that you've seen out of this Quakes ball club. Arredondo has been outstanding. Rafi Rodriguez, the first 3-game winner in the Cal League. Nick Green has been very good. Talk about the job the starters have done this year.
The starters have done real well. The thing that they've done the best is they haven't been walking guys. They've been, aggressive in the zone, and anytime your starters give you 5+ innings, it's going to be a good day. And so far, all of our starters have done that. They consistently go out there and throw the ball well, and you can't ask for them to throw any better. You just you tip your hat to those guys. They've done a real good job.
Again, we're talking with Quakes left-hander Micah Posey here on the Quakes On Deck show, and let's talk about you a little bit, because you began this year in the bullpen. We were just talking about the starters. You're going to become a starter. Your first start will be tomorrow. Obviously, it comes in difficult circumstances with Carl Jonah going onto the suspended list, but starting is what you've been throughout your career. This was the first time I believe that you had worked kind of exclusively out of the bullpen in relief. But Talk about going back into the starting role and what you are looking to accomplish now.
Something I've been really excited to do. I heard that I was going back into the starting rotation, and so I was pretty happy about that. Losing Carl was losing a big part, but when they told me I was going to step in, I was pretty excited about it, and that's what I'm used to, the starting. The bullpen, I enjoyed the bullpen, but I feel a little bit more comfortable as a starter. I think the issue was in spring training was a velocity issue, if I could hold it long enough coming out of surgery. So, we'll see tomorrow. I'm pretty excited, and I'm stoked, and can go out there and give it my best.
Yeah, you mentioned surgery. I know that you've had some injury concerns. Most of last season before coming back there at the end with the rotator cuff tear. But how do you feel physically?
Physically, right now, I feel good. My velocity's been as good as it has ever been. So I'm really excited about that. Change-up's good. I've developed a little bit of a slider. It's inconsistent right now, but I'm still trying to tighten it up. But as far as shoulder goes, everything feels real good. I'm excited. If we could stay like this whole year, I'll be very excited.
A couple more questions for you, Micah. Talking about you personally, I know that you grew up in Florida, went to Tallahassee Community College. Talk about growing up in Florida. Obviously, that's a baseball hotbed. That's, I think, rather similar to growing up here in California. You've seen how much those two states have produced in terms of talent, both at the high school and college and our professional level. So talk about growing up there and that competition level that you had and how that kind of prepared you.
When I growing up, my dad's been coaching high school baseball in 22, 23 years. So ever since I rolled out of bed, I've been going to the ballpark and hanging out with those guys. And all the way up, from Little League all the way up, you play against some, top-notch talent. Played against guys like Jeff Matteus in high school, Kochman, Prince Soder, all those guys. It's just very competitive. And it's kind of like that you learn to be competitive at an early age, and it just kind of carries on up. I think that's what the difference between, Florida, California, and then the rest of the states is a real big competitive nature.
Well, one final question for you. Let's take a look at tonight's ball game, the opener of a 3-game series here with the Modesto Nuts. The first time we've faced a Northern Division ball club. Actually, the second time. We've already swept Bakersfield. But tonight, Fernando Rodriguez, the right-hander, gets the ball. What do you expect to see out of Fernie tonight?
He's going to pound on the strike zone. So it's 2-seam. He's going to go in. He's going to have a good breaking ball. His change is going to be pretty good. The thing about him is he's going to give himself a chance. He's going to work ahead all night, and he's going to, like I said, work ahead with his 2-seam. So, look to him to have a good game tonight, go at least 5, if not 6 or 7.
All right, that's what we're going to be looking for. Those right there, the pregame comments of Quakes pitcher Micah Posey. Mike, appreciate the time. Good luck tonight, and especially good luck tomorrow as well. You'll make your first start of the year.
All right, thanks, Rob.
Now stay tuned for Quakes Baseball coming up right here on the Quakes Radio Network.
A few years ago, a small bank from Rancho, Cucamonga started sending shockwaves through the banking industry. Vineyard Bank rolled through Southern California with a creative force that is changing the way we bank. We created small ripples at first, with innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively, where it would help businesses and families the most. Then our reputation grew stronger thanks to personal bankers with a can-do attitude committed to building lasting relationships. Vineyard Bank's financial performance was off the scale. A fast-growing bank with a rising stock. New, customer-friendly branches offering easy access to your money, opening throughout the Southland. Online banking on our award-winning website at www.vineyardbank.com. That's Vineyard Bank, proud to be your hometown bank, proud to support our hometown team. For more information, please call 1-800-442-4996. That's 1-800-442-4996.
Back here at the Epicenter as we get ready for the first pitch in tonight's ball game. The managers for both clubs, Bobby Mitchell for the Quakes and Chad Kruder, the former Dodger catcher for Modesto, have already exchanged lineups. Fans, we touched on a little bit earlier. Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings here in the California League. Just about 2 weeks into the season here. We'll begin in the Southern Division, and again, it's the Quakes tied for first place with the Lake Elsinore Storm. Both clubs 8-5. Quakes had a chance if they could have won last night's ball game to take a 2-game lead on Lake Elsinore. Instead, they are tied. And remember, Lake Elsinore will come to town for a big 4-game series this coming Monday. So just a couple days from now, we will host the Storm for for 4 ball games. Inland Empire got a win in 12 innings over Stockton last night, 2-1 the final. So the Sixers improved to 8-6. They are just a half game out of first. Then you've got High Desert at 7-7, a game and a half out, and Lancaster bringing up the rear at 4-10, 4.5 games out of first place. In the Northern Division, San Jose in first place. I believe they've been in first place all year. I do not think they've been out of first place at all this entire season. San Jose at 9-3, a 2.5 game lead over these Modesto Nuts, who check in at 7-6. Stockton is a half game back of Modesto, 7-7 on the year. 3 games out of first are the Ports. Bakersfield coming alive. They've won 4 in a row, but all the same, they're only up to 5-9. Still 5 games out of them. Visalia at 5-10, 5.5 games back. So again, in the Southern Division, Lake Elsinore and Rancho Cucamonga tied for first. In the North, San Jose in front by 2.5 games. Tonight in the California League, Lancaster is in High Desert. San Jose visits Lake Elsinore, so we'll be rooting for the Giants tonight. Stockton hosts Bakersfield. Stockton hosts Visalia, and Bakersfield at home to take on Inland Empire. Fans, let's go ahead and step aside. One last 60-second break. We'll come back, take a look at the starters, and we'll get this ball game underway. That's coming up in 1 minute right here on the Quakes Radio Network.
Hey fans, Rob Sinclair here reminding you that any night is a great night to enjoy Quakes baseball. Our Monday Madness promotion gets you 2 tickets, 2 hot dogs, 2 sodas, and 2 popcorns for just $12. Come out for Weenie Wednesdays and enjoy delicious Farmer John hot dogs for just $1. And every Thursday, quench your thirst with $1 beers and sodas on Dave & Buster's Thirsty Thursday. To order Quakes tickets in person, stop by the Epicenter from 10 to 5 Monday through Friday and 10 to 2 on Saturday. You can also order by phone by calling 909-481-5252 or buy tickets online at rcquakes.com.
It's your first game. You got your gloves?
Yeah.
Good boy. All right, bright blue sky, beautiful green grass. You know, there's nothing better than baseball in summer.
I guess.
Hey, where's the peanut guy?
Dad, we're in the living room.
Hooked on a clear picture? Get hooked on Charter HD TV with a picture 5 times sharper than regular TV plus theater quality sound. You watch television like never before. Get local channels in high definition with no equipment to buy. Go where satellite can't. Call 1-888-GET-CHARTER and get hooked. Service not available in all areas. Prices may vary.
Cucamonga, we just had the playing of our national anthem, and now first pitch coming up in just a couple of minutes in the opener of this 3-game series between the Quakes and the Modesto Nuts. Fans, before we go any farther, do need to step aside for station identification just at the top of the 7 o'clock hour. Let's go ahead and step aside for station ID. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
You are listening to Rob Sinclair and Quakes Baseball on AM 1370, KWRM, Colorado, California.
So the right-hander Fernando Rodriguez is ready to begin his warm-up tosses. We're going to have one last ceremonial first pitch here. The lady has her cheering section right in front of us here in the press box. Fans, let's take a look at how the Modesto Nuts will line up in this ball game. Modesto coming in with a record of 7-6 on the season. Again, they are 2.5 games out of first place in the Northern Division. Leading it off for Modesto is the second baseman, Corey Wimberly. Then it's the first baseman, Jeff Dragicevic, and the center fielder, Matt Miller, will hit third. In the cleanup spot, Neil Wilson is the catcher. He'll bat fourth. Hitting fifth and patrolling left field is Justin Nelson, and Sandy Almonte, the shortstop, will bat sixth. In the bottom third of the order, the third baseman is Jose Valdez. He bats seventh. Kyle Wilson is the DH, no relation to Neil Wilson. And Kyle Wilson will hit eighth, and then rounding things out in the 9-hole is the right fielder, Chris Fry. So again, for the Nuts, they go with Wimberly, Dragicevic, and Miller. Neil Wilson, Nelson, and Almonte, followed by Valdez, Kyle Wilson, and Chris Fry. And the starter, once again, is the right-hander, Ryan Matthews. We originally thought it was going to be the left-hander, Franklin Morales, tonight for Modesto, but he has been pushed back a day, so Ryan Matthews goes tonight. Franklin Morales will go tomorrow, and then Samuel DeDuno in the finale of the series on Sunday. Fernando Rodriguez finishing up his warm-up tosses. Let's tell you about Fernie, a right-hander from El Paso, Texas, stayed close to home and went to El Paso Community College, where he was selected by the Angels back in the 2003 draft in the 18th round. Fernando, 6'3", 210 pounds. Spent all of last season in Cedar Rapids. He went 8-10 for the Colonels with a 4.18 earned run average. And so far this year has been throwing the ball pretty well. Comes in with a record of 1-0 and a 5.73 earned run average for Fernando Rodriguez. That's in 2 starts. Got the win his last time out. That was in Lancaster on Saturday the 15th. Gave up 5 runs in 6 innings, but the Quakes went on to win 9-5 to give Fernando Rodriguez his first W of the season. So Fernie has finished his warm-up tosses. He's ready to go. And leading things off for Modesto, here's the second baseman, Corey Wimberly. Switch hitter, he will stand in from the left side. Crowd filing in. Good crowd on hand tonight already as Wimberly shows bunt, pulls it back. It's a called strike, and we are underway at 7:08 this evening. Corey Wimberly, just 5'8", 180 pounds, from Jacksonville, Florida. 0-1, bouncing ball right to the second baseman, Nate Sutton. Routine for Sutton. Picks, throws, got him. Score that one 4-3, and 2 pitches, 1 out for Fernie Rodriguez here in the top of the first. Some more on Fernando Rodriguez. He has worked 11 innings in his 2 starts this year, and has given up a grand total of 7 runs and 12 hits. Here's Jeff Dragicevich. Dragicevich, the big first baseman. Spent last season down in Asheville. First offering, swung on and fouled back. It's 0-1. Fernando Rodriguez with 8 strikeouts in 11 innings this year for the Quakes. Only 1 walk. And opponents come in hitting .267 against him. Outfield a little bit around towards right on Dragicevich. This one in the air, right field. Sounded like a broken bat. It's right at Cody Fuller. He will come in and make the catch. So 4 pitches for Fernando Rodriguez so far here in the top of the first. He's gotten a couple of outs already. Base is empty, and here's Matt Miller. No score here in the top of the first. Just got underway a couple of minutes ago. On a gorgeous night for baseball here in Rancho Cucamonga. Sun just setting off to our left, back behind us. Wind, as usual, blowing out towards the right field corner. Fernando Rodriguez misses down low to Miller at the ball and no strikes. Rodriguez likes to work quickly. 1-0, popped him up. First base side, foul ground. Cliff Remley and Tim Duff, the catcher, both there. It'll be the first baseman, Cliff Remley, who makes the call and the catch. And there you go, as easy as you please. A 1-2-3, 6-pitch inning for Fernando Rodriguez here in the top of the first. Good start for Fernie. Modesto goes in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. After the first half inning of play, it's the 0-0, and the Quakes coming up.
The most important trait of any firearm isn't caliber, it's safety. Whether you're a novice or a pro, take a gun safety or refresher course and always store your weapons out of the reach of children. A safety reminder from Prado Olympic Shooting Park, a practice range for rifle, pistol, trap, and skeet. Now newly reopened, come see what's new. From our renovated clubhouse to our new landscaping, we're better than ever. Visit us off the 71 freeway in Euclid or online at shootprado.com. Prado Olympic Shooting Park. Bearing arms is your right. Firearm safety is your responsibility.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom label. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Bottom of the first inning here in Rancho Cucamonga. The right-hander Ryan Matteus finishing up his warm-up tosses for Modesto. And let's go ahead and take a look at how the Quakes will line up against the number 1 starter, For the Modesto Nuts, Ryan Matteus. Quakes coming in with a record of 8-5 on the season. Leading it off for Rancho is the center fielder, Josh LeBlanc. He's missed the last couple of games with back stiffness, but he has returned to the top spot in the order here tonight. Freddy Sandoval, as usual, bats second and plays third base, and hitting third is the shortstop, Sean Rodriguez. Michael Collins gets the night off from the field tonight. He will DH and hit cleanup. The right fielder, Cody Fuller, moves into the 5 spot. And hitting sixth and playing first base is Cliff Remley. In the bottom third of the order, Drew Chusson bats seventh. He's in left field. Tim Duff makes his third start of the year behind home plate. He'll bat eighth. And rounding things out in the 9-hole is the second baseman, Nate Sutton, as LeBlanc to the fastball on the outside corner from Ryan Matteus. And the count is 0-1. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Matthews working out of the windup. And the 0-1. Fastball down low. Even up and a ball and a strike. Again for the Quakes, LeBlanc, Sandoval, and Rodriguez. Collins, Fuller, and Remley, followed by Toussaint, Duff, and Sutton. And the starter again is Fernando Rodriguez. This one bounced back to the screen. A ball and 2 strikes on Josh LeBlanc, and let's tell you about Ryan Matteus. 6'3", 215-pound right-hander from Reno, Nevada. Spent all of last year with the Asheville Tourists down in the South Atlantic League. The outfield is a little bit around towards the left, looking for LeBlanc to go the other way. 1-2 up and in over the head of Josh LeBlanc. Had to duck out of the way. That ball went over the glove of the catcher, Neil Wilson, all the way to the backstop. And it's 2-2. Ryan Matteus this year with a record of 1-1 and a 0.82 earned run average. 2-2, broken bat, little liner out to short left field. That'll drop for Josh LeBlanc. Big turnaround first. He's going to stretch it into a double. Nice work by Josh LeBlanc. That was just lazy by Justin Nelson out there in left field. And Josh LeBlanc, recognizing the fact that Nelson was just lollygagging towards the ball, picks up a double. So nice work by Josh LeBlanc. His average had dipped down to 171 before he gets the leadoff double here. It's the 4th double of the season for Josh LeBlanc. And he's in scoring position. Here's Freddy Sandoval, the third baseman. Matthews will work from the stretch. Sandoval showing bunt and gets it down, but it's foul off the third base side. 0-1. Matthews making his third start of the year. Again, 1-1 with a .82 ERA. In 11 innings, he has given up just 1 earned run and only 10 hits. Look back at LeBlanc at second. LeBlanc with good speed. Now a pickoff attempt at second base, but no throw as Almonte, the shortstop, was sneaking in behind LeBlanc. Matthews wheeled off the mound, but did not make a throw. No score here in the bottom of the first. Quakes threatening, however, after the leadoff double by LeBlanc. 0-1, fastball outside to Sandoval. And it's a ball and a strike. Matthews with 10 strikeouts in 11 innings this year. He has walked 5, however. So 2-to-1 ratio there, and opponents come in hitting .250 against him. 1-1, high fastball swung on and missed by Freddy Sandoval. And it is 1-2. Quakes wearing the home whites. White tank tops, white pants, and the black undershirts. Modesto wearing the black tops and the gray pants. Wilson, the catcher, setting up inside. 1-2 to Sandoval, in on the hands, and he fights it off into the seats on the left field side. We'll do it again at a ball and 2 strikes. Freddy Sandoval batting .327 for the Quakes. The only player to have played in every game thus far. Couple of home runs, 11 RBIs. Just having an excellent all-around season for Rancho Cucamonga over there at third base. The 1-2 from Matthews, fouled away down the left field side once again. And remains 1-2. Freddy, the native of Tijuana, Mexico. 8th round pick in 2004 out of the University of San Diego. Open stance from the left side. Matthews with a couple of looks back to second. Now the 1-2. Reached at and lifted foul once again down the left field side. So 3 straight foul balls off to the left by Freddy Sandoval as he battles here in the bottom of the first. LeBlanc started this inning with what should have been a single to left field, but Justin Nelson out there in left took his sweet time getting to the ball, and LeBlanc got a good turn around first and motored into second well ahead of the throw. One, two again to Sandoval. Reached at and fouled into the Quakes dugout. Again on the third base side. And we do it again. Bobby Mitchell taking it all in from the third base coach's box. His first year as the Quake skipper. And Craig Graybeck, the hitting coach, watching with stopwatch in hand over there at first base. 1-2, line drive into left field. That's a base hit. Sandoval wears out Ryan Matteus. A sharp single to left. LeBlanc will stop at third. But a nice piece of hitting there by Freddy Sandoval as he survived 4 two-strike pitches. And then comes through with the base knock. So runners at the corners and nobody out here in the bottom of the first. As the Quakes have a couple of runners aboard getting into the heart of their order. Sean Rodriguez will come to the plate now. Neil Wilson, the catcher, out in front of home plate, flashing the defensive sign. As Modesto will keep the middle infielders back. And now the third baseman, Jose Valdez, will play back as well. So Modesto will look for a ground ball, try to turn 2, and they won't worry about LeBlanc scoring if they can do it. First pitch swinging, fly ball out to right, hit pretty well, but it will stay playable for Chris Fry. He'll make the catch in front of the warning track. Throw goes to the cutoff man. LeBlanc comes in to score. And Sean Rodriguez does his job with a sacrifice fly. Quakes take a 1-0 lead. Nicely done by Sean Rodriguez. Good execution in the situational hitting for Rodriguez. His first sacrifice fly of the year. And it's RBI number 7. As LeBlanc soars, Sandoval stays put at first. And now here's Collins, the DH. Michael in from the right side. Matthews, the right-hander, still from the stretch. They'll step off. Fans have the beach ball going in front of us, and somebody just knocked it down the steps onto the concourse. That's why you heard the smattering of boos. Good atmosphere out here on Friday night. First offering to Collins. Fastball strike at 0-1. Michael Collins hitting .404. Had a couple of hits in last night's loss for the Quakes. One of his hits was his second home run of the year. That gives him 2 home runs and a dozen RBIs, which leads the ball club. Oh, 1 to Michael. Fouling ball back up the middle. Took a bat hopping off the glove of Sandy Almonte, the shortstop. That'll ricochet into center field. Sandoval goes to third on the play. It's a bad hop single for Michael Collins, and the Quakes have runners at the corners once again. Almonte, the shortstop, was ranging to his left to field that ball, and it looked like the ball hit off the lip of the infield grass, took a big hop. Almonte was able to get his glove on it, but could not do anything other than that as it bounced off of his glove and went on into center field. So Collins gets a base hit. 2 aboard, and here's Cody Fuller, the number 5 hitter. He's off the fastball. Missed inside. It's 1-0. Go ahead and set up Modesto defensively for you. Beginning the outfield where Justin Nelson is in left. Matt Miller in center, and Chris Fry is in right field. So again in the outfield, Nelson, Miller, and Fry left to right. Give you the infield in just a second. 1-1. Fastball swung on and missed. On the infield for the Nuts, Jose Valdez at third, Sandy Almonte at short. Corey Wimberly at second base. Jeff Dravisevich is the first baseman, and behind the plate is Neil Wilson. 1 ball and 1 strike to count, as it's even on Cody Fuller. Now this one down to the dirt, and it is 2 balls and a strike. Cody, the native of Bulverde, Texas, just outside San Antonio, had his 7-game hitting streak snapped last night, went 0 for 4, but still not doing too badly, hitting .389 this season. It's good for 5th in the league. 2-1, slider outside, 3 balls and a strike. And a good hitter's count now for Cody Fuller. Quakes up 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. And they've got runners at the corners with only 1 out. Sandoval, the runner at third, and Michael Collins, the man at first. As Matthews tries a fake throw to third, and Sandoval pretty well unimpressed by that. Fuller, no home runs this season. Does have 3 RBIs. Here's the 3-1 from Matthews. Swinging away was Cody Fuller, and that one's fouled back to the backstop. It's 3-2. The ball probably would have been outside. Looked to be high and away, but well, Fuller's ahead in the count 3-1. Why not see if you can get something that you can handle and pick up an RBI? Outfield is around towards right on Fuller, so big gap out there in left center field. See what Cody Fuller can do here as Cliff Remily waits on deck. Payoff pitch. There goes Collins. Bouncing ball left side, and that's foul. Outside of third base. We'll do it all over again. Fuller, a former 2-sport star at Texas Tech. Was a wide receiver on the football team as well as an outfielder for the baseball club. A 48th round pick out of Tech in 2005. Collins moving again, 3-2, lined into right field, get a ball, that will drop in front of Chris Fry. Here comes Sandoval home from third base, he's going to score. Fuller comes through with the base knock to right, and the Quakes take a 2-0 lead. Fuller almost hit that ball too well as he lined it hard out to Chris Fry in right field. And at the last second, Fry decided not to charge that ball and let it drop in front of him. So Sandoval comes in. Michael Collins goes to second. And the Quakes leading by a pair now. Still only 1 out. And here's Cliff Remily. The Modesto pitching coach, Butch Hughes, went out for a very quick talk with Ryan Matthews. And now he will work to Remily. Remo hitting .233 this season. No home runs, 2 RBIs as the stadium lights begin to make more and more of an impact. The sky continues to darken here in Rancho. First offering to Remily, popped up short left field. Going out the shortstop Almonte, coming in the left fielder, and Almonte will make the catch. It drops, throw to third is not in time. They miss the tag. Ryan Matthews, the pitcher covering third base, missed the tag, and all hands are safe. So a little mistake single out to left by Cliff Remily. A ball that Almonte, the shortstop, went out on and ended up calling for. Now that's Justin Nelson's ball because he's coming in from left field. But Nelson gave way to Almonte, and then Almonte had it drop about a foot off to his left. And at the very least, Modesto still should have gotten an out there because Collins had to wait at second base, thinking that ball was going to get caught. Then when it drops, he moved to third, and the throw was in time to get him, but Matteus just missed the tag. Fastball down low now to Toussaint, and it's 1-0. So a great chance for the Quakes here to really break this ball game open. Bottom of the first, Quakes already up 2-0. And the bases are loaded with only one out for Drew Toussaint. Right-hander against right-hander. Matteus going to stay in the stretch position. And this fastball down low, 2 balls and no strike. And now if you're Ryan Matteus, have to be very careful about overthrowing. He's made some decent pitches out here, but LeBlanc got a double when he should have been held to a single. Now this ball drops over Almonte's head. 2-0. Fastball swung on and missed. It's 2-1. And a very dangerous proposition, because if Ryan Matteus is sitting there thinking that he's got to do it all himself now, he can overthrow him. When you start trying to be perfect and blow everything past guys, you're going to get stuff up in the zone, and you're not going to be able to hit your spots. 2-1 on the way to Toussaint. Just got the inside corner, went to a changeup there. And it's 2-2 on Drew. Toussaint hitting .233 this season. Pair of home runs and 4 RBIs. Got Collins on third, Fuller on second, and Remily on first. Outfield around towards right. There's the 2-2 to Toussaint. In on the hands, and he grounds it foul outside of third. Bobby Mitchell, the Quakes manager, will chase that one down and flip it into the seat. And it's still 2-2 on Drew Toussaint. Toussaint last night 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. 2-2, ground ball right back up the middle. That's through into center field. Collins is home. Here comes Fuller around third. He's going to score. Remily goes all the way to third, and the Quakes lead it 4-0. A 2-run single for Drew Toussaint. RBIs 5 and 6 for Toussaint on the season. And the Quakes on top now 4-0. Collins and Fuller both come in, and Cliff Remily goes from first to third on the play. The runner's back on the corners, and here's Tim Duff, the catcher. There's still only one out here in the bottom of the first, and the only out actually led to a run. Sean Rodriguez started the scoring with a sacrifice fly. That's the only out of the inning thus far, as Duff takes a strike and is 0-1. Tim Duff making his third start of the year for the Quakes. Has 2 hits in 7 at-bats so far this year. No home runs, and he does have 1 run batted in. Swung on and tapped foul off of his foot at home plate. 0-2 now, the count on Duffer. Tim, 6'2", 210 pounds. Signed as a free agent in 2004. They're growing up in Pennsylvania. 0-2. Ground ball right side. That's going to sneak through and get into right field. Duff has an RBI single. Now Fry overruns the ball in right field. Duff's going to go to second, and he is safe at second. An RBI single for Tim Duff as Cliff Remily comes in to score, and the Quakes now lead it 5-0. So Remily gets his second RBI of the year. So Remily, Duff gets the RBI. Remily scores. Toussaint goes from first to third, and Duff goes to second on the fielding error by Chris Fry, the right fielder. So The second RBI of the year for Tim Duff. Quakes lead at 5-0 now. And 2 men in scoring position for the number 9 hitter, Nate Sutton. Nate will stand in from the left side, infield in. And Matthews misses down low for ball 1. Quakes have now batted around here in the bottom of the first. And again, still the only out was on Rodriguez's sacrifice fly. Sutton hitting .321 this season. No homers, 2 RBIs, fastball down low, 2 balls and no strikes. As Josh LeBlanc waits on deck. Field around towards left, right-hander against left-hander. 2-0, check swing by Sutton. He went around on the changeup. It's 2-1. And fans, Brian Matthews has been very close in this inning to keeping the Quakes off the board. But you look at what the Quakes have done with 2 strikes against them here in this bottom of the first. Josh LeBlanc started the inning, doubled on 2 strikes. Freddy Sandoval followed with a single when he was down in the count 1-2. 2-1 inside, 3 balls and a strike on Sutton. When you look farther in the inning, Cody Fuller had that RBI single to right. That came on a 3-2 pitch. Then Toussaint had the 2-run single up the middle. That came on a 2-2 pitch. Duff's RBI single just now on an 0-2 pitch. All right, so that's 5 times here in the bottom of the first that Matthews has had 2 strikes on a Quakes hitter, and they've come through and gotten a hit. The 3-1 to Sutton. High chopper on the infield. The pitcher Matthews will take it, and the throw to first is in time. Sutton ended up running over the second baseman, Corey Wimberly there, who was covering first base on the play. But Wimberly hangs on, no hard feelings as he and Sutton shake hands. It's an RBI ground out for Nate Sutton. 1-4 is the scoring. Sutton picks up the RBI. Quakes go up 6-0 as Drew Toussaint comes in to score. And Tim Duff goes to third. So even with the infield drawn in, that chopper by Nate Sutton was hit high enough off the plate to allow the run to score. And now here we are back to the top of the order with Josh LeBlanc. He's in from the left side, swung on and driven out towards right field. This is going to drop, and the Quakes will get another run. Tim Duff comes in to score. It's a single for Josh LeBlanc, and the Quakes lead it 7-0. 7 runs on 8 hits for the Quakes here in the bottom of the first. LeBlanc with 2 hits in the inning. So the Quakes now have set a new season high in terms of runs in an inning. Previous high was 6 in the bottom of the 4th inning against High Desert back on April the 13th. They've got 7 now. First offering to Freddy Sandoval to strike is 0-1. Quakes have also set a new season high for hits in an inning. Previous high was 5, so the Quakes have shattered that with 8 here in the bottom of the first. That RBI for Josh LeBlanc was his 4th of the season. The 0-1 to Sandoval, fastball down low, and it's a ball and a strike. Freddy Sandoval with a hit already here in the bottom of the first. He singled in his previous at-bat this inning. LeBlanc leads away from first, held there by Dragicevic. 1-1, change up outside, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Sandoval batting .327. Couple of homers, 11 RBIs. This one driven out towards left, but it'll be playable for Justin Nelson. He'll put it away, and that will mercifully end the bottom of the first, where the Quakes send 11 men to the plate. They scored 7 runs on 8 hits. That's season highs for a single inning in both categories. 1 Modesto error. 1 runner is left. We go to the top of the second, and the Quakes have already blown this ball game wide open. They're on top of the nuts, 7-0.
For 60 years, you've included Best Western in your family's summer vacation. To say thanks, the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stays with their baseball fan rate. Experience the best summer ever with the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Because when you stay any 6 nights with them through August 19th, you'll receive a $50 travel card to use toward a future Best Western stay anywhere in the world, including the 338 hotels in California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Visit them today at bestwesternbaseball.com or call 866-743-8738. And remember to book the baseball fan rate.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Now he's floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
That never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you guys shooting some down here. Hey, baby.
Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
The epicenter where the Quakes lead Modesto 7-0 here in the top of the second. Fernando Rodriguez is ready to go. He'll face the middle of the order. Neil Wilson, Nelson, and Almonte 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Nuts. Neil Wilson is in from the right side. First pitch swinging, fouled off the screen. And it's 0-1. Fans, to put it another way, the Quakes in the first inning scored more runs than Fernando Rodriguez threw pitches. Rodriguez only needed 6 pitches to get through the top of the first. Quakes then scored 7 runs. It's curveball outside, and it's 1-1. I think Fernie's got enough run support. He can go out there and throw strikes now. 1-1. Fastball upstairs, and it is 2 balls and a strike. Neil Wilson, the catcher, batting .417 this year in limited action. 5 hits in 12 at-bats. No home runs and 5 RBIs in only 12 at-bats as well. There's a line drive foul down the first base side, and it's even at 2-2. Remember, fans, this is just the opener of a 3-game series against Modesto. So you kind of shudder to think what will happen in the next couple of ball games. 2-2, fastball upstairs, and it's full on Neil Wilson. Wilson, a native of Vero Beach, Florida. 6'1", 190 pounds. Fans in from the right side. Rodriguez from the wide. Payoff pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Neil Wilson goes down looking. That's the first strikeout for Fernie Rodriguez tonight. And the leadoff man gone here in the top of the second. Fans, let's go ahead and set up the Quakes defensively for you as Justin Nelson will come to the plate for Modesto. In the outfield for the Quakes, Drew Toussaint is in left, Josh LeBlanc in center, and Cody Fuller is over in right. So Toussaint, LeBlanc, and Fuller left to right in the outfield. This ball is grounded outside the first base bag, foul by about a foot or so off the bat of Justin Nelson. It's 0-1. On the infield for the Quakes, Freddy Sandoval at third base, Sean Rodriguez plays short. On the right side, Nate Sutton plays second. Cliff Remley handles first, and the catcher is Tim Duff. Duff setting up outside. Here's the 0-1. Another bouncing ball foul up the first base side. And Fernando Rodriguez has Justin Nelson behind in the count, 0-2. Nelson batting .286 so far this season. No home runs and 8 runs batted in. Second on the ball club with 8 RBIs there for Modesto. 0-2. Called strike 3. He struck him out looking with a slider at the knees. So back-to-back backwards Ks for Fernando Rodriguez as Wilson and Nelson Both go down looking. Fernando Rodriguez has retired the first 5 he's faced here tonight. And here's Sandy Almonte, the shortstop. Quakes up 7-0 here in the top of the second. Base is empty and 2 away. Almonte, the switch hitter, in from the left side. And Rodriguez misses low with a fastball. It's 1-0. Rodriguez working quickly. Here's a little tapper back to the hill. Nicely played by Fernando Rodriguez. He'll take it all the way to the bag himself. Turned on the jet there. That's the old one unassisted from Fernando Rodriguez. Made a nice play to field that low comebacker and then outraced Almonte to the first base bag. So another 1-2-3 inning for Fernando Rodriguez. He picks up his first 2 strikeouts of the night as well. Modesto goes in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. To the bottom of the second we go. Quakes in control of this one, 7-0.
Do you have a home improvement project you'd like done? Then bring in the pros at Handyman Unlimited. They're your one-stop household maintenance and repair service. They offer a way for you to economically maintain and enhance the life of your home without investing your leisure time. They specialize in patio covers, fences, gates, decks, plumbing, electrical, carpentry, and more. Handyman Unlimited does it all. See them on the web at handymanunlimited.com.
Handyman Unlimited, taking care of your repair needs the first time, on time. One of the most common types of pollution from businesses is contaminated water runoff, which carries oil, grease, or other chemicals that drip or spill onto the ground into the street. This water continues through our communities untreated until it reaches the Santa Ana River and eventually the ocean. Contaminated runoff from your business is a violation of local laws for which you could pay a fine. So please, sweep outside areas and put the debris in the trash. Never hose them down or sweep into the curb or storm drain. Make sure dumpsters have lids to reduce blow-away litter, and call your trash hauler to replace your dumpster if it leaks. Empty mop water and other dirty water into a mop sink or floor drain. Do not illegally dump the water outside. Use non-toxic cleaning products whenever possible. Dispose of all toxics such as pesticides and cleaning products through a hazardous waste hauler. These items are too toxic to trash. And obtain spill containment and cleanup kits for your business. For more information about stormwater pollution prevention, please call 800-CLEANUP or the City of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-477-2740 extension 4060.
The bottom of the second here in Rancho Cucamonga, and the Quakes with a 7-0 lead after they sent 11 men to the plate against the right-hander Ryan Matteus in the bottom of the first. Here in the second, it'll be Sean Rodriguez, Michael Collins, and Cody Fuller, 3, 4, and 5 against Ryan Matteus. At this point, if you're a Modesto manager, Chad Kruder, all you're hoping from Ryan Matteus is that he can get you into maybe the third inning. First offering to Rodriguez down low with a fastball. It's a ball and no strikes. I mean, and obviously it's still early. I mean, anything can happen. But there's a bouncing ball. 2 hops to the third baseman, Jose Valdez. Throw across the diamond in time to get him. For that one, 5-3, and the leadoff man gone for the Quakes here in the bottom of the second. But realistically, all you're really looking to get out of Ryan Matteus is just outs now. Because you're not asking him to get you back into this ball game. Just kind of save your bullpen, if at all possible. Rodriguez has gone on 2 pitches. Here's the DH, Michael Collins. He singled and scored back in the first. Fastball down low there, and it's 1-0. Collins, the native of Canberra, Australia. Ground ball foul outside of third. And it's even up at 1-1. Collins, 6'3", 215 pounds, signed as a free agent in 2001. Hit .320 in Cedar Rapids last year. Did Michael Collins, set career highs in basically every category offensively. Comes into this ball game hitting .404. 1-1, inside out swing and a slow roller to the second baseman Wimberly, who bobbles it. and commits the error as Collins will reach. That was just an easy roller to Corey Wimberly. The kind that a second baseman will get 99 times out of 100. And this time, Corey Wimberly just booted the ball. That's the second error committed by Modesto tonight. One on and one out, and here's Cody Fuller. He had an RBI knockback in the first. First pitch swinging, ground ball in between Valdez and Almonte into left field. So Cody Fuller with his second hit. Collins goes to second, and the Quakes threatening again here in the bottom of the second. So Cody Fuller in 2 at-bats has another multi-hit night. That's now 6 multi-hit games for Cody Fuller. Ties him with Michael Collins for the team lead. And with 2 on, here's Cliff Remley. Quakes up 7-0 here in the bottom of the second. Remo in from the left side. Reached on a bloop single back in the first, and then scored a run. Big swing and miss on a changeup. It's no balls and a strike. Cliff Remley, the native of Powder Springs, Georgia, an 11th round pick out of Georgia Tech in 2004. 0-1, fastball missed outside. And it's even at 1-1. Fans all milling about here at the Epicenter. They're enjoying what they have seen thus far. 1-1. High in the air down the right field side. If it's fair, it's going to be trouble, and that is foul. Cliff Remley gave that ball a ride down the right field line, but just missed the foul ball 330 feet away. And it goes to 1-2 now. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter, 1-2. Fouled off to the left. That'll get into the top row of seats and bounce back down. Stays 1-2 on Cliff Remley. In 233 this year. No home runs, couple of RBIs. Two from Matteus, high in the air out towards right field again. Fly going back, looking up, and it is gone. I swing hard. A 3-run jack for Cliff Remley, and it is 10-0. That ball was out of here in a hurry. Remley's first of the season, RBIs 3, 4, and 5 for him. The Quakes now up 10-0 on poor Ryan Matteus. Here's Drew Toussaint. Fastball strike, it's 0-1. And the thing is, Matteus came in having allowed only 1 earned run in 11 innings. He came in with an ERA of .82. Fastball inside, and it's 1-1 now. Toussaint had a big 2-run single back in the first. RBI's 5 and 6 for him. As Matteus misses down and in, and it's 2 balls and a strike. And fans, again, the Quakes doing so much damage with 2 strikes against Matthews. There's a slider down and away, and it's 3-1 on Toussaint. Quakes have 10 hits in this ball game. 6 of the 10 have come with 2 strikes. A 3-run homer by Remley came on a 1-2 pitch. The swing ball fouled right at the plate, and it's full on Drew Toussaint. Drew, the native of Compton, California, 6'2", 175 pounds. Good power, pretty good speed as well. As Matthews works out of the wind. 3-2. There's a changeup swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. So Toussaint goes down swinging. First strikeout of the night for Ryan Matthews. And that's the second out here in the bottom of the second. And here's Tim Duff, the catcher. Duff in from the right side. Fastball down low from Matthews for ball 1. Duff had an RBI single back in the first. It was his second RBI of the season. And he also scored later in that 7-run first inning. 1-0 way outside from Matthews. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Old Tapper foul at home plate. 2-1 now, the count on Tim Duff. Take a look at some scores from around the big leagues here. A few games have gone final. Some other ball games still going on. I'll get you all caught up with that. Here in the bottom of the second, Quakes up 10-0. It's either a really good sign or a really bad sign when you go to the scoreboard in the bottom of the second. Downstairs, it's 3-1. When you go to the scoreboard, that means you're kind of filling time. And certainly a good way to fill time here. Quakes, 10 runs on 10 hits. And Modesto, the only number in their line score is 2 errors. They haven't gotten a runner on base against Fernando Rodriguez yet tonight. Duff calls time and steps out. 3-1. Outside, and that's ball 4. So Tim Duff draws a 2-out walk. The first walk given up by Ryan Matthews. That keeps the inning going for Nate Sutton. Now keep looking down the right field corner, thinking that there's going to be action in the Modesto bullpen, and there just isn't. And I realized, even at the beginning of this inning, we were saying that Chad Kruger is just looking for innings and outs now from Ryan Matthews. This one high, and it's 1-0, but at some point, you got to just say, you know what? I know it's going to kill the bullpen, but my guy's struggling out there, and I can't just leave him to twist in the wind. You got to weigh how much damage you're going to do to leaving a guy out there who's absolutely getting shelled and now can't find the strike zone, as this one is outside, and it's 2 balls and no strike. Versus, not making your bullpen go, 6 innings. Two-0 to Sutton, inside-out swing, and a ground ball to the shortstop, Sandy Almonte. He'll step on the second base bag, force out Tim Duff, 6 unassisted, and that will do it for the Quakes here in the bottom of the second. But Rancho Cucamonga tacks on 3 more runs on 2 more hits. The rally started when Collins reached on the error, then Fuller singled, and Cliff Remley delivered the big blow, a 3-run homer out to right field. 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. We go to the top of the third, and the Quakes keep pulling away. It is 10-0.
Hey, folks. Rob Sinclair here to tell you about the good people at Nationwide Surveys and what they can do for your business. They can handle customer surveys, employee feedback, and even online and on-site data collection. That's Nationwide Surveys, reliable feedback, fast. Call them today at 1-800-252-0640 or visit them at nationwidesurveys.com. That's 800-252-0640 or online at nationwidesurveys.com.
It's baseball season, and that means warmer weather, sports fans. They can get awfully hot, muggy, and just plain unbearable in the months to come. Eskimo Air Conditioning is the company you can depend on to keep you cool and comfortable. From commercial projects to servicing your home's air conditioner, they provide quality, courtesy, and professionalism in every job they do. Find out more by calling 909-920-3700 or log on to www.eskimoair.com.
When things heat up, think Eskimo Air.
The 2006 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes aren't always playing baseball at the Epicenter. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Quakes, Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox Live online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at www.xbox.com for more information.
Top of the third here in Rancho Cucamonga. And Fernando Rodriguez has yet to allow a base runner. He's set down the first 6 he has faced. Here in the top of the third, bottom third of the Modesto order, starting with Jose Valdez. He takes a fastball on the outside corner. And it's 0-1. Quakes up 10-0 here in the top of the first. There's a ground ball rolled over to the second baseman, Nate Sutton. Picks, throws, got him. Score that one 4-3. Valdez is gone. And that's the first down here in the top of the third. Fans want to remind you that Quakes Baseball is brought to you in part by Chili's Bar and Grill in Rancho Cucamonga. They're right down the road from us, 10598 Foothill Boulevard. Make sure you enjoy the atmosphere inside, or, hey, take it back with you. Enjoy the convenience of Chili's to go. That's Chili. Live a little. Now here's Kyle Wilson, the DH. In from the right side, big leg kick. Lays off the fastball, and it's a called strike, 0-1. 0-1. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Kyle Wilson hitting 200 in 7 ball games this year. No home runs, 3 RBIs, one of 3 catchers for Modesto, along with Neil Wilson, who is behind the plate tonight, and Rick Guaro. There's a slow roller to Sean Rodriguez at short, charging in, bobbles it, stays with it, picks it up, and throws him out. Nice job there by Sean Rodriguez to not panic. Had to come in and charge that slow roller. Now to bounce off the heel of his glove and then bounce off of his chest, but as he was moving towards first base, that ball ricocheted off of his chest and stayed right in front of him. And Sean Rodriguez, without skipping a beat, bent down, scooped it up, and threw out Kyle Wilson. So now 2 away here in the top of the third. And Chris Fry looks at a changeup inside for ball 1. Fry, the number 9 hitter, batting .364. 1 homer, 8 RBIs. Rodriguez catches the outside corner there, and it's even at 1-1. Fastball down low, 2-1 now the count. Quakes up 10 here in the top of the third already. 2-1, hard hit, and past Nate Sutton just barely into right field. A 2-out single for Chris Fry. That's the first base runner of the night for Modesto, and it keeps the third inning going for the leadoff man, Corey Wimberly. Fans, before we get to Wimberly's at-bat, we have reached the top of the 8 o'clock hour. Need to go ahead and step aside for station identification. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
You're listening to Rob Sinclair and Quakes Baseball on AM 1370, KWRM, Corona, California.
So here's Wimberly, the leadoff man, for the second time after he grounded out in the first. Fastball inside, and it's 1-0. Fernando Rodriguez has made his first turn through the order. No runs, a hit, no walks, and 2 strikeouts so far for Fernie. From the stretch for the first time in this ball game. Fastball right at the knees to even it up at 1-1. Corey Wimberly batting .286. with a home run and 4 ribs. Also leads Modesto with 6 stolen bases. Reached that and fouled back to the screen. And Fernando Rodriguez ahead in the count now, 1-2. Corey Wimberly making the jump up from the Casper Rockies down in the Pioneer League. 1-2. And on their hands, and he chops it foul over towards the Modesto dugout there on the first base side. And it's still a ball and 2 strikes. Got to imagine that Wimberly and a number of these Modesto players have faced a number of these Quakes players before, even though the Rockies and the Angels have affiliates in different leagues in Low A. Colorado's Low A affiliate is Asheville in the Sally League. Obviously, plus the Angels have Cedar Rapids in the Midwest League. There's a fastball inside, and that hits Corey Wimberly. Got him right in the leg. As he grimaces and will take his place at first base. Chris Fry goes to second. And now 2 aboard with 2 out for Jeff Dragicevic. Even though the Low A affiliates are in different leagues, you've got Casper and Orem both in the Pioneer League for these 2 parent clubs. Here's Dragicevic from the right side. Fastball down and away from Fernie Rodriguez. And it's 1-0. Quakes up 10-0 here in the top of the third. 7 runs on 8 hits in the first. Then 3 runs, courtesy of Cliff Remley's 3-run bomb in the bottom of the second for Rancho. 1-0 to Dragicevic. Fastball strike. And it's even at 1-1. Jeff Dragicevic appearing in just his 3rd game of the year. He has played less than anybody else, but that's because he just got here about 6 days ago. Called up from Asheville. Laid on the fastball. Foul tip hung on to by the catcher, Tim Duff. And it is 1-2. Dragicevic got called up when Dustin Hahn got put on the disabled list. 1-2 from Rodriguez. Curveball down low. Blocked by Duff, and it's 2-2. Chris Fry, the runner on second. Wimberly, the runner on first. Fernando Rodriguez works out of the stretch here. Set at the belt. Look at the runners. And the 2-2. Fastball missed outside, and it's gone full on Dragicevic. Dragicevic in his first 2 ball games has 2 hits and 6 at-bats. So he's batting .333. Outfield plays him around towards right. 3-2, both runners going. Ground ball right to the shortstop, Sean Rodriguez. He'll go the long way to first. Pick, throws, got him. 6-3 the scoring right there. Never mind the 2-out single, and then they hit batter. Rodriguez strands them both, and Modesto kept off the board here in the top of the third. Let's finally get a couple of base runners, though, but it amounts to nothing. No runs a hit, no Quakes errors. A pair are left. To the bottom of the third we go. Quakes just mauling Modesto 10-0.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a Ready Card preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
Pressed for time? Gotta get something good for the family and real quick? Think Chipotle. For gourmet meals on the run, Chipotle Mexican Grill is famous for their huge portions. Plus, it's fresh. Fresh gourmet burritos and tacos prepared the way you like it. Nothing processed or frozen. Plus, their recipes are created by a classically trained chef. No, not that type of classical, but it will be music to your mouth when you bite into a Chipotle burrito stuffed with 17 different ingredients and marinated in their famous Chipotle adobo sauce. And for those of you who like to eat healthy, skip the tortilla and have a burrito bowl because they get fresh veggies delivered every day. Add some lettuce and homemade guacamole, and you've got a salad fiesta. Chipotle has a brand new location in Norco, or for one nearest you, visit their website at chipotle.com. Chipotle, where their burritos let you cover all 4 food groups in one single bite, and fast food that is not only healthy and fresh, but you can eat it with your hands. Chipotle, now open in Norco, on Hamner between 1st and 2nd Street, or find a location nearest you at chipotle.com. That's Chipotle, CHIPOTLE.com.
Bottom of the third and top of the order due up once again for the Quakes. Rancho Cucamonga has already batted around twice in the first 2 innings. So here in the bottom of the third, it'll be LeBlanc, Sandoval, and Rodriguez, 1, 2, and 3 against the right-hander Ryan Matteus. Quakes on top 10-0 here in the bottom of the third. LeBlanc, a big reason why, 2 hits already. Swung on and missed there. It's 0-1. LeBlanc had both of his hits in the bottom of the first, started the ball game with what should have been a single to left. But Justin Nelson, the left fielder, got to the ball very, very slowly, and LeBlanc said, hey, you're going to give me an extra base, I'll take it. And turned it into a double. Ball inside to even it up. LeBlanc then scored the first run of the game for the Quakes on a sac fly by Sean Rodriguez. Then later in that first inning, LeBlanc brought home Tim Duff with an RBI single. Fastball down low. 2-1 to count. But nice to see LeBlanc having a couple of knocks here in the early going. He was really struggling. I believe it like 1 for his last 15. This one in the air, short left field, slicing foul. That one will get a row deep into the seats. It is even at 2-2. Yeah, LeBlanc was in a big-time slump. He was hitting 133 over his last 7 ball games. He was 4 for his last 30. And coupled with that, there was something like an 0 for 15 run, 0 for 17, something like that. 2-2, changeup outside. And it's gone full 3-2. So JB already with a couple of hits here tonight. Let's see if he can get on base once again. Payoff pitch from Matthews. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. A curveball got him looking. And no argument from Josh LeBlanc. LeBlanc pretty sure was looking fastball right there. And Ryan Matthews crossed him up with the off-speed pitch. Second strikeout for Ryan Matthews. Leadoff man gone here in the bottom of the third. And here's Freddy Sandoval. Freddy 1 for 2. Bernard, a single and a run scored back in the first. Fastball outside corner, and it's 0-1. Sandy, 6'1", 200 pounds. Fastball high and away there. It's 1-1. Sandoval spent last year in Cedar Rapids. Hit 281 for the Colonels. High fastball foul tipped. And it's 1-2. Outfield around towards left on Freddy. 1-2. Checked his swing on a fastball up in the zone. And it's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Switch hitter is Freddy Sandoval. Matthews works from the wide. 2-2, high and away, and it's gone full. Freddy Sandoval, it's much better from the left side, hitting .351 left-handed this year. And average going to go down just a touch as he gets called out on strikes. Ryan Matthews rings him up looking. Pitch on the very outside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts for Matthews. He's at 3 now. And here's Sean Rodriguez, the shortstop. Quakes up 10-0 here in the bottom of the third. Rodriguez 0 for 1. Got the Quakes on the board with a sacrifice fly back in the first. And then grounded out to open the second. First offering from Matteus. Curveball. Low and inside. It's 1-0. We got fans trying to get the wave going. There we go. 1-0, fastball inside, 2 balls, no strike. So we've already had some beach balls in the crowd tonight. All the fans are getting the wave going. Telling you, man, good atmosphere out here at the game. It's a pretty good looking wave here. On the way from Matteus. Slider swung on and missed. It's 2-1. Rodriguez, second in the California League with a .412 batting average. 2-1. Big hack and a miss. And it's even at 2-2. Wade going nice and strong now. Starting from the third base side and going all the way around to the first base side. There's a big one-hopper to the third baseman Jose Valdez. Throw across it in time to get Rodriguez. Scored 5-3, and Ryan Matteus maybe settling down a little bit. Works a 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the third. Picks up a couple of strikeouts as well. So the Quakes go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We're a third of the way through. Go to the top of the fourth with the Quakes with a convincing 10-0 lead.
You know, the goal of baseball is to get home quickly. The last thing you want to see is some player lollygagging around third when there's going to be a close play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. You know, all Farmer John products are made fresh right here in the Southland. That way, they get to your home as quickly as possible. And it's a short slide into the plate. That's your plate at home. No home plate. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
You wouldn't want your favorite sports team to only play offense or only play defense. So when it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? Bring your home and auto insurance to Allstate now, and you can save big on both. You deserve someone that can assist you more. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands? Hey, sports fans, call Allstate agent William Knight at 909-987-6403 today. Subject to availability and qualifications, Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
We at KWRM 1370 know that you have a choice when it comes to sports radio, and we also know that you're in the right place. By airing the local games that matter most to you, KWRM is your Orange County and Inland Empire sports leader. Whether it's professional baseball, college basketball, or high school football, no one delivers the best in exciting local play-by-play like KWRM. Check out our new website at KWRM1370am.com. That's KWRM1370am.com, and thanks for being a part of our all-star lineup.
Top of the fourth, out of the order, due up for Modesto. Quakes lead at 10-0 as Matt Miller goes after the first pitch. Grounds a foul outside of third, and it's 0-1. Miller, Neil Wilson, and Justin Nelson, 3, 4, and 5, to face Fernando Rodriguez here in the top of the fourth. Miller 0 for 1, popped up, and foul ground to end the first. Fastball strike there. It's 0-2. Fans, want to remind you that Quakes baseball is brought to you in part by the Outback Steakhouse of Ontario, located at 4492 Ontario Mills Parkway, just a couple of minutes away from the ballpark, and right across from Ontario Mills Mall. Outback is, of course, the home of the world-famous Bloomin' Onion. That's Outback. No rules, just right. Miller chops one foul off the facing of the Quakes dugout on the third base side. Still 0-2. The right-handed hitting center fielder. Fastball just missed outside there from Fernando Rodriguez. And it's 1-2. Miller from LaGrange, Texas. Last season in Modesto as well. Slow roller to Sandoval at third. Kick, throws, got him. Routine for Freddy S. Put that one on the backhand and made an easy toss over. So Miller retired. Here's Neil Wilson, the catcher. Fans, we were talking about some scores from around the major leagues earlier. Let's go ahead and get you all caught up with those. As Neil Wilson stands in from the right side. Strikeout victim back in the second. Fouls this one off to the right, and it's 0-1. We'll start in the National League. St. Louis. Tell you what, Albert Pujols. Is there nothing he can't do? Pujols hits his 11th jack of the year. Fastball misses, it's 1-1. And also ties Todd Helton as the second fastest player to ever get 1,000 career hits. St. Louis defeats the Cubs 9-3 today at the new Busch Stadium. That one down low, 2-1 on Neil Wilson. Houston holds off Pittsburgh 3-2 at Minute Maid. High fastball swung on and missed. And it's even at 2-2. Morgan Ensberg homers in the 6th straight game for the Houston Astros. He's got 8 on the year. And there's a ground ball. 2 hops to Nate Sutton at second. Kicks, throws, got him. 4-3 the scoring right there. 3 in a row retired by Fernando Rodriguez. And 2 gone here in the top of the 4th. Quakes blowing out Modesto 10-0. And here's Justin Nelson, the left fielder, with the bases empty. He struck out back in the second. One of 2 strikeouts for Fernando Rodriguez tonight. Home out of the windup. A fastball outside for ball 1. Another game in the National League Central. It's not really important what happened in Milwaukee today. No, one high and away, 2 balls, no strikes. Let's just leave what happened in Milwaukee in Milwaukee. Not important. I don't want to talk about it. Brewers are under 500. Very disappointing. Fastball down low. It's 3-0. Man, Milwaukee started 5-0 this year. And since then, they're 3-9. They lost to Cincinnati 3-1 today. Ben Sheets was fantastic. Making his second start of the year. And he gets nothing to show for. There's a strike. It's 3-1. Got outdueled by Bronson Arroyo. Are you kidding me? Bronson Arroyo's 3-0. Ground ball hit hard to the first baseman Remley. Nice play on the back end to his feet. He'll take it to the bag himself. Cliff Remley does very well right there, going to his left up the line, making a sliding stop, and then carrying it to the first base bag ahead of Justin Nelson. So another 1-2-3 inning for Fernie Rodriguez. Modesto doesn't get a ball out of the infield. In the top of the 4th, 3 ground balls. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Quakes in control, 10-0.
Thinking of buying a home or refinancing? At Response Home Mortgage, we know what it takes to meet all of your home loan needs. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or you're refinancing, our creative loan consultants offer the best terms and unsurpassed professional service. We ensure you get the loan that best fits your needs. Again, fans, we're Response Home Mortgage. Find us in your yellow pages or online at ResponseHomeMortgage.com.
Response Home Mortgage, a proud sponsor of Quakes Baseball.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Bottom of the 4th, and the number 4 man in the Quakes order, Michael Collins, will get it started. Rancho Cucamonga up 10-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. Collins, Fuller, and Remily 4, 5, and 6. All due up for the Quakes. They're set to face the starter, Ryan Matteus, who's given up all 10 runs so far. Fastball inside, and it's 1-0. Matthews showed signs of settling down a little bit back in the third. Got a couple of strikeouts and set the Quakes down in order. Of course, it's also entirely possible that the Quakes were just tired from swinging the bat so much. Now, I know it's early in the season, but hey, you try swinging a 34-ounce bat a few times and see how well you're doing the third time around. Foul back there by Collins. 1-1 the count. Michael Collins 1 for 2 tonight. Reached on a single in the first and reached on an error in the second and has scored both times he's gotten on base. Fastball on the outside corner. It's 1-2. Summer and Aftershock making their way through the crowd. A little kid getting covered in silly string in front of us. There's a slider swung on and missed. That's strike 3. Neil Wilson will pick it up and tag out Michael Collins to complete the strikeout. That's strikeout number 4 for Ryan Matteus. He struck out 3 of the last 4 batters he has faced. Leadoff man gone for the Quakes, and here's Cody Fuller. I want to say hi to Rebecca LaValle, listening on the internet. Of course, all of our games on rcquakes.com. Rebecca listening back in Charlotte, North Carolina. A slider strike to Cody Fuller, and it's 0-1. Just got an email from her. Said that she's enjoying every minute of this 10-0 ball game. The Quakes are just absolutely clobbering the Modesto Nuts here in the fourth. Ground ball up the middle, handled by the shortstop, Sandy Almonte. He'll throw out Cody Fuller. Scored 6-3, and there are 2 gone. So Fuller retired for the first time. And now here's Cliff Remily. Remily, his last time up, cracked a 3-run homer to right. His first of the year. He's now up to 5 RBIs. A single and a home run so far tonight for Cliff Remily. First pitch swinging, lashed into right field again. This is going to drop in front of Chris Fry. Remily with a big turnaround first. He'll stay put there. Another knock for Cliff Remily. He's got 3 in this ball game. And that keeps the inning going for Drew Toussaint. Quakes have 11 hits now. And here's Toussaint. Out some more big league scores, folks. National League East action. Florida a run better than Philadelphia. 4-3 the final there in Philly. Beach ball right in front of us. Fastball down low to Toussaint. It's 1-0. More silly string attacks. Got balloons out here. And everybody's having a good time. Why wouldn't they? Quakes are up 10-0, and you're at a ball game, you know? I don't want anything more than that out of life. Swing and a miss there by Toussaint. It's 1-1. That's it for the finals in the National League. Unless ESPN.com is being exceedingly slow, as it often is. So Florida defeats Philadelphia. Cincinnati over Milwaukee. Houston defeats Pittsburgh, and St. Louis blows out the Cubs today. One and 2 now, the count on Toussaint. Drew had a 2-run single back in the first, and has also scored a run. 1-2 from Matthews in the air. Short right field, going to be trouble, and this will drop in front of Chris Fry. Cliff Remily goes from first to third. Of course, he was running on contact with 2 outs here in the fourth, and a little flare out to right field. Goes for Toussaint's second hit of the night. now runners at the corners with 2 away. And here's Tim Duff, the catcher. Duffer's been aboard twice. RBI single and a run scored in the first. And then drew a walk in the second. Fastball outside to him. And it's 1-0. Still going on in the National League. Washington hosting Atlanta. And the Nationals with a 3-2 lead on the Braves. They're in the 8th inning up in our nation's capital. San Francisco has gotten a couple of home runs from Pedro Feliz to take a 7-5 lead on Colorado. Duff fouls this one back. It's 1-1. They're at Coors. Drew 7 in that one. San Francisco with 5 runs in the 5th to take that 7-5 lead. Just down the road from us, a couple hours in San Diego, the Padres hosting the Mets, and it's New York leading 1-0. That ball game in the 5th. Another beach ball going on in front of us, catching everybody by surprise. People are just wailing on the beach ball, and so, you know, it's hitting people in the heads or landing in their laps. They're looking around saying, hey, wait a minute, what's going on? 2 balls and a strike to count on Tim Duff. He calls time and steps out. Other game going on in progress. Oh, right in front of us. Tell you what, I'd much rather have a beach ball come into the booth than a regular baseball. Don't have near the number of things that go wrong. Here's a pop-up from Duff. Short center field, and the shortstop, Sandy Almonte, will cross in front of the second baseman, Corey Wimberly. Those two thought for a second we're going to collide out there. But Wimberly got out of the way. Almonte makes the catch. And that does it for the Quakes here in the bottom of the 4th. So Quakes get a couple of 2-out singles from Wimberly and Tucson, but that's it. No runs, 2 more hits for the Quakes. They're up to a dozen hits on the night. No Modesto errors, 2 are left. We're through 4, and the Quakes all over Modesto, 10-0.
Businesses and job applicants are looking for the same thing, a good match. At York Employment Services, we provide the most qualified job applicants to business leaders throughout the area. Our consultants will match the best candidates to the best companies, saving both time and money. Visit us across the street from the Ontario Mills Mall, 2 doors down from Starbucks, or log on to yorkemployment.com. York Employment Services, providing state-of-the-art services with old-fashioned values.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Nice floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
That never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you guys shooting some down here.
Hey, baby. Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
I want to remind you that Quakes Baseball brought to you in part by Romano's Macaroni Grill of Rancho Cucamonga. Located at 10742 Foothill Boulevard at Romano's, you can choose from more than 35 Italian specialties. Romano's Macaroni Grill, all the Italian you need to know. We are at the epicenter, top of the 5th inning here in Rancho Cucamonga. The Quakes with a 10-0 lead on Modesto in the opener of this 3-game series. Sandy Almonte, the shortstop, with a fastball outside from Fernando Rodriguez, and it's 1-0. Nice offering. Down low, 2 balls, no strikes. It'll be Almonte, Valdez, and Kyle Wilson, 6, 7, and 8. Go up for the net, for the Nuts here in the top of the 5th. Here's the chopper to the right side, charging in the first baseman, Remily. Little flip over to first in time. Nicely done by both Remily and Fernie Rodriguez, covering the bag. Remley had to come charging in on that one, and then looked like a middle infielder. And he made the flip. Actually looked like an option quarterback. Just taking that ball out of the glove and just kind of flipping it right over to Fernando Rodriguez, who covered the bag. Scored 3-1. Now Monty retired for the second side. And here's Valdez. Fastball at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Folks, my name is Rob Sinclair. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your Friday night with us here on the Quakes Radio Network. Fouled off to the left, and it's 0-2. Thanks for spending time with both me and my partners in crime tonight. John Souter and Joshua Souter, producers and directors here on tonight's broadcast. Best in the business for a reason. Fastball inside, and it's 1-2. Jose Valdez, left-handed hitting third baseman, grounded out back in the third. 1-2, popped him up. Left side, Sandoval and Rodriguez both over there. It'll be the third baseman, Freddy Sandoval, at the very back edge of the infield dirt, making the catch. And 2 gone here in the top of the 5th. So Freddy Rodriguez has only allowed 1 hit so far, has only allowed 2 base runners, and has now retired 6 in a row. He started this ball game by retiring the first 8 batters he faced, then gave up a single and hit a batter, and since then, 6 straight outs. Here's Kyle Wilson, the DH. And from the right side, hands held very low, and a little soft flare out to left field. Going out, Rodriguez hauls it in over his shoulder. Sean Rodriguez will flip the ball into the seats. The fan gets a souvenir. Nice running grab made by Sean Rodriguez. And Fernie Rodriguez going to wait at the top step of the dugout to congratulate his shortstop, as that will do it for Modesto here in the top of the 5th. Sean Rodriguez going out there, brought it in over his shoulder. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Fernando Rodriguez. He's now retired 7 in a row. Modesto goes quickly and quietly in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Fans were halfway through. Quakes in control, 10-0.
Single-A ball players work hard because they want to make the big leagues. When it comes to hardwood flooring, you want to work with a company that's already made the big leagues. You want to work with Professional Hardwood Floors. With 20 years of experience, Professional Hardwood Floors can expertly handle all your hardwood floor sanding, installation, restoration, and repairs. So go with the pros. Look for Professional Hardwood Floors in your Verizon Yellow Pages underfloors.
Dog waste left on a lawn or sidewalk is disgusting, especially when left on your lawn. But it doesn't end there. It becomes a public health risk. When it washes away with the rain or a hose off any lawn or street surface and drains directly into the Santa Ana River, carrying harmful bacteria. As a dog owner, you can set a good example by picking up after your pet every time. Your actions will influence your family and your neighbors. Please take the following steps to care for your canine and help protect your neighborhood and public health. Clean up after your dog every time. When you grab the leash, grab a bag and have it with you. Take advantage of the complimentary bags offered in dispensers at local parks and use them to dispose of your pet's waste. Make sure you always have extra bags in your car so you are prepared when you travel with your dog. Carry extra bags when walking your dog and make them available to other pet owners who are without. Teach kids how to properly clean up after a pet. Encourage them to throw used bags into the nearest trash receptacle if they are away from home or on a walk. For more pollution prevention tips, please call the City of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-477-2740, extension 4060. 909-477-2740, extension 4060.
It's the bottom of the 5th here in Rancho Cucamonga, and it comes a few innings too late, but Ryan Matthews has finally been lifted by Modesto manager Chad Fruiter. And here in the 5th, the right-hander Jarrett Grube is on in relief. So you can close the book on Ryan Matthews. He goes 4 innings tonight in his 3rd start of the year. He gets rocked for 10 runs, 8 of them earned, on 12 hits. He walked 1 batter and struck out 4. So a night that he would rather soon forget. Grube is on now. Nate Sutton will start things for the Quakes. Then back to the top of the order with LeBlanc and Sandoval. 9-1 and 2 due up for Rancho Cucamonga. And Grube, the outside corner with a fastball. It's 0-1. One grounded foul outside of first base. I'll ricochet off the railing and back to the first base umpire. He'll toss it into the seat. 0-2, the count on Nate Sutton. Nate had an RBI ground out back in the first. Picked up his third RBI of the year in the process, then bounced into a fielder's choice to end the second. This one lined foul down the left field side over into the bleachers. And it's still 0-2. Let's tell you about Jarrett Grube, right-hander from Corona, Indiana. 6'4", 220 pounds. Spent last season down in Asheville. 0-2, change-up swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. So Nate Sutton down swinging. First strikeout for Grube tonight. And back to the top of the order with Josh LeBlanc. Jarrett Grube has appeared in 5 ball games in relief for Modesto this season. He has a record of 1-0 and a 1.80 earned run average. High fastball swung on and missed. And it's 0-1. Another silly string attack here in front of us. There's a chopper to the shortstop Almonte. He'll wake that for a high hop. And has enough time to throw out LeBlanc. 6-3 the score in there. Josh LeBlanc now 2 for 4. And there are 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th. Breaks up 10-0. Base is empty for Freddy Sandoval. For more on Jarrett Grube, in 5 innings, he's only given up a solo home run. So a run on 5 hits. And he's been a real plus for Modesto out of the bullpen. 9 strikeouts in 5 innings and no walks. First pitch to Sandoval, rolled over to the first baseman, Degrisevich. He'll take it to the bank himself, score that one 3 unassisted in an easy 1-2-3 inning for Grube here in the bottom of the 5th as he sets the Quakes down in order. Zeros for Rancho, no runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We go to the 6th, and the Quakes enjoying a 10-0 lead.
The 2006 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes aren't always playing baseball at the Epicenter. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Quakes, Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox Live online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at www.xbox.com for more information.
A few years ago, a small bank from Rancho Cucamonga started sending shockwaves through the banking industry. Vineyard Bank rolled through Southern California with a creative force that is changing the way we bank. We created small ripples at first, with innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively, where it would help businesses and families the most. Then our reputation grew stronger thanks to personal bankers with a can-do attitude committed to building lasting relationships. Vineyard Bank's financial performance was off the scale. A fast-growing bank with a rising stock. New, customer-friendly branches offering easy access to your money, opening throughout the Southland. Online banking on our award-winning website at www.vineyardbank.com. That's Vineyard Bank. Proud to be your hometown bank. Proud to support our hometown team. For more information, please call 1-800-442-4996. That's 1-800-442-4996.
Top of the 6th inning here in Rancho Cucamonga. Quakes still on top by a count of 10-0, and Freddy Rodriguez, still out there for the Quakes. Bernie thus far has faced only 2 over the minimum through 5 innings. Was given a 7-0 lead after the first inning. The Quakes sent 11 men to the plate in the first. Got 7 runs on 8 hits. Both season highs for a single inning. And then Cliff Remley tacked on a 3-run homer in the bottom of the second. They made it 10-0, and that's where we stand here in the top of the sixth. Chris Fry will lead it off. He's the number 9 man in the order. From there, we go back to the leadoff man, Corey Wimberly, and then the number 2 hitter, Jeff Dragisevich. Fastball down low there, and it's 1-0. Chris Fry with Modesto's only hit of the game so far. Fastball at the knees. It's 1-1. Fry with 2 outs back in the third hit a ground ball just out of the reach of Nate Sutton out there at second base. One fouled off to the left over the roof and out of play. And Rodriguez ahead in the count, 1-2. Jim Duff, the catcher, setting up inside. It will come back right to Fernando Rodriguez. Fields it on the pitcher's mound. Easy overhand toss to first. Fry retired 1-3. And that's the first out here in the top of the sixth. And what about some more major league scores? How about over in the American League? And we'll start in the house that Ruth built, Yankee Stadium, where the Yankees dropped under 500. First offering to Wimberly. Line foul down the left field side. It's 0-1. The fans get the wave going again. Baltimore in New York today defeats the Yankees 6-5. Chris Benson gets the win there. Baltimore 11-7 in the American League East. Here's a slow roller to Sandoval at third. Comes charging in. Double clutch from the grass. Not in time. Sandoval just had to double pump that throw for a split second. And Corey Wimberly, who had great speed going up the first base line, was able to beat it out for an infield hit. So Wimberly aboard for the second time. That's now 2 hits for Modesto in this one. And here's Jeff Dragisevich, the big first baseman. Dragisevich from Westlake, California. First pitch swinging, fouls it off to the right. And it's 0-1. So Baltimore beats New York. Also in the AL East, Toronto. He had 12 innings. Cool off the Boston Red Sox. 7-6 the final. Up in Toronto today. Downstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike on Dragisevich. Manny Ramirez at a pair of home runs for Boston in that ball game. David Ortiz went yard. On the opposite side, Troy Gloss, former Angel, homered. This one fouled back to the backstop, and it's 1-2. Gloss went yard for the 6th time for the Blue Jays, and Vernon Wells went deep twice. He's got 7 home runs now. Fastball outside. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Quakes up 10-0 here in the top of the 6th. 1 on with 1 out for Modesto. There's a ground ball to the left side. Sandoval will go across the diamond at third, and the throw pulled Remily off the bag. And safe at first is Jeff Dragisevich. So Wimberly goes to second. Dragisevich reaches on the throwing error by Freddy Sandoval. And runners at first and second now for the number 3 hitter, Matt Miller. Two on, 1 out. Fastball on the outside corner from Fernie Rodriguez. It's 0-1. Michael Young has a big game for the Texas Rangers today as they take care of Tampa Bay 13-7 at Ameriquest Field in Arlington. Fastball strike there to Miller. It's 0-2. Michael Young, 5 hits and 5 RBIs. as Texas improves to 8 and 9. One foul back to the screen. And it remains 0-2. Elsewhere in the American League, the other final. How about the Chicago White Sox? Remember they got started, they were like 1-3 to start the year, 1-4, something like that. Well, all of a sudden they're 11-5. Fastball down low, a ball and 2 strikes now. Mark Burley improves to 3-0. How about Johan Santana going to 0-3? As the White Sox beat the Twins 7-1. There's a ground ball up the third base line. That's foul. As Freddy Sandoval picks it up. And it remains 1-2 now. Jim Thome picks up his 8th home run for the Chicago White Sox as they break it open with 5 runs in the 8th to win in front of the home fans. Our score here in the 6th, Quakes just demolishing Modesto 10-0. 7 runs in the first, 3 more in the second. The 1-2 just missed outside. And it's even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. There is action in the Quakes bullpen. Miguel González, the right-hander, gets loose. We knew that Miggy would be the first man out of the bullpen. He hasn't pitched since, I believe, Sunday in Lancaster. 2-2 downstairs, and it's full. Yeah, González has not pitched since Sunday, so he was the only Quakes reliever who did not pitch against Lake Elsinore in the last 3 games. 2 on, 1 out. Quakes up 10-0. Here's the 3-2 to Matt Miller. Ground ball, chopped to the third baseman. Sandoval steps on third for 1. Won't get a throw off. But Sandy at least cuts down the lead runner. A fielder's choice, Corey Wimberly, is out on the play. Score at 5 unassisted. Jeff Dragicevic now becomes the lead runner at second base, and Matt Miller is aboard at first. So now 2 away, and here's Neil Wilson, the catcher. Fernando Rodriguez still working from the stretch with a couple of runners aboard. First offering way outside off the glove of Tim Duff, and going to third is Jeff Dragicevic, even though Matt Miller stays put at first. Going to be a pass ball charged to Tim Duff. Puts runners on the corners as the count goes to a ball and no strike. If Fernando Rodriguez can get out of this inning, he would turn in his first quality start of the season. First, next pitch in the air, right field, playable for Cody Fuller near the line, a couple of steps, he'll put it away. And that does it for Modesto here in the top of the 6th. So the Nuts get a couple of runners aboard thanks to an infield hit and an error. But they leave runners on the corners, and Fernando Rodriguez has 6 shutout innings underneath his belt. Modesto in the 6th, no runs, a hit, 1 error, 2 left. We're through 5 1/2, and the Quakes rolling in this one 10-0.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Quakes broadcast is brought to you in part by Mystic Koi and Water Garden. You can rely on Mystic. By Best Price Concrete Work, for the best price and always the best quality. By Professional Hardwood Floors, since 1977. By Handyman Unlimited, your repair needs the first time, on time. And by Prado Olympic Shooting Park. Bearing arms is your right. Safety is your responsibility.
Pressed for time? Gotta get something good for the family and real quick? Think Chipotle. For gourmet meals on the run, Chipotle Mexican Grill is famous for their huge portions. Plus, it's fresh. Fresh gourmet burritos and tacos prepared the way you like it. Nothing processed or frozen. Plus, their recipes are created by a classically trained chef. No, not that type of classical, but it will be music to your mouth when you bite into a Chipotle burrito stuffed with 17 different ingredients and marinated in their famous Chipotle adobo sauce. And for those of you who like to eat healthy, skip the tortilla and have a burrito bowl because they get fresh veggies delivered every day. Add some lettuce and homemade guacamole, and you've got a salad fiesta. Chipotle has a brand new location in Norco, or for one nearest you, visit their website at chipotle.com. Chipotle, where their burritos let you cover all 4 food groups in one single bite, and fast food that is not only healthy and fresh, but you can eat it with your hands. Chipotle, now open in Norco on Havner between 1st and 2nd Street, or find a location nearest you at chipotle.com. That's Chipotle, CHIPOTLE.com.
Rodriguez will lead it off for the Quakes here in the bottom of the 6th. Rancho Cucamonga up 10-0 on Modesto. So Rodriguez digs in from the right side, and the slider from Grube down the outside corner for a called strike. Rodriguez, Collins, and Fuller, the heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Set to face Grube here in the bottom of the 6th. He begins his second inning of relief. Another off-speed pitch, and Rodriguez swings and misses. 0-2. John Rodriguez 0 for 2 tonight. Got the Quakes on the board with a sacrifice fly back in the 1st. That was his 7th RBI of the season. Since then, has grounded out twice to the third baseman Jose Valdez as the fastball misses up and in. And it rolls to a ball and 2 strikes. Don Rodriguez, former 3rd-round pick out of high school in Miami, Florida. In his first year with the Quakes, after he spent all of last season with Cedar Rapids, batted .250 for the Colonel. Check swing on a high fastball, and the home plate umpire says he went around. That is strike 3. Second strikeout for Jarrett Grube on the night. The 6th for Modesto as a pitching staff. And Jarrett Grube has now retired all 4 batters he has faced thus far. See what Michael Collins can do here. He's been aboard twice. Once on a single, once on an error. He's also struck out and scored a couple of runs. The outfield will move around towards right on him. Looking for Collins to go the other way. Wind still blowing out towards that right field foul ball, as it does about 99% of the time here at the epicenter. Strike to Collins. It's 0-1. Collins went 2 for 3 last night. Fouled that to the screen. It's 0-2. Included in those 2 hits was a 2-run homer in the 7th. His 2nd of the year. And he leads the Quakes with 12 RBIs this season. Up high. Bounces off the glove of the catcher, Neil Wilson. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Elsewhere in the American League, one other final. Forgot about this one. Cleveland defeats Kansas City 6-5. It's another long year in Kansas City already. The Royals have dropped 11 in a row. And they are now 2-13. Swing on, and foul tip hung on to by the catcher, Neil Wilson, as Michael Collins strikes out swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jarrett Grube. Collins is down swinging for the 2nd time. And with 2 away, here's Fuller, the right fielder. In progress in the American League, the parent club with a 3-2 lead on Oakland. A ball game in the 6th. Garrett Anderson has gone deep for the Halos. His 3rd home run. John Lackey working a good ball game for Los Angeles, giving up 2 runs in 5 innings. Fastball swung on and missed by Cody Fuller. It's 0-1. One other game still going on. Detroit. How about those surprising Detroit Tigers? They're off to a 9-7 start. And they lead Seattle 1-0. A ball game in the 8th inning up at Safeco. Fouled back by Cody Fuller. 0-2 now the count on the Quakes right fielder. Quakes up 10-0. They're in the bottom of the 6th. 10 runs on a dozen hits for Rancho. They have committed 1 error. Modesto, no runs, 2 hits. And they've committed 2 errors. 0-2, off speed, up high. And it's 1-2. Fuller 2 for 3 tonight. Picked up an RBI single in the first, has scored a couple of runs. Grounded to short his last time up in the 4th, the 1-2. Hit hard, but right after third baseman Valdez goes down to a knee to field it, back to his feet to throw it. And he'll get Fuller by a couple of steps at the bag. 5-3 the scoring on that one, and another 1-2-3 inning turned in by the right-hander Jarrett Grube, as he has retired all 6 he has faced in 2 innings of relief. Quakes in the 6th go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We go to the 7th. Rancho still on top of Modesto, 10-0.
You wouldn't want your favorite sports team to only play offense or only play defense. So when it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? Bring your home and auto insurance to Allstate now, and you can save big on both. You deserve someone that can assist you more. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands? Hey, sports fans, call Allstate agent Tom Brozick at 909-393-4310 today. Subject to availability and qualifications, Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is back. Get 4 club seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, a Quakes baseball, 2 Boomers miniature golf passes, 2 Cold Stone Creamery buy 2 get 2 free coupons, and a voucher for a free on-demand movie from Charter Media. All for just $38. The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is available May 26th, June 16th, June 30th, and August 25th. For more information, call the Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252.
You wouldn't want your favorite sports team to only play offense or only...
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a Ready Card preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
Top of the 7th here in Rancho Cucamonga, and the night is done for Fernando Rodriguez, as he is in line for his 2nd win of the season, and something absolutely catastrophic would have to happen if Fernie didn't pick up that 2nd W. Quakes are up 10-0 here in the top of the 7th. New pitcher into the game for the Quakes is the right-hander Miguel González. First offering to Justin Nelson, who flips the foul off to the left at 0-1. Nelson, Almonte, and Valdez 5, 6, and 7 to face Miggy González here in the top half of the 7th. Mentioned it's Gonzo's first appearance since Sunday in Lancaster. Fastball strike there. It's 0-2. Close the book on Fernando Rodriguez. He goes 6 shutout innings. He turns in his first quality start of the year. One tap foul at the plate. And it's 0-2. No runs on 2 hits from Fernie Rodriguez tonight. No walks, 2 strikeouts, and he hit a batter. Fastball inside, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Tremor, the Rallysaurus mascot, makes his way through the seats. Foul back to the screen. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Justin Nelson. So again for Fernando Rodriguez. He goes 6 shutout innings. Couple of hits, no walks, 2 Ks, and 1 hit batter. There's a swing and a miss by Justin Nelson, and that is strike 3. So Miguel González comes on in relief, strikes out the first batter he faces. Nelson down on strikes for the second time tonight. And one away for the shortstop, Sandy Almonte. Let's tell you about Miguel González, a right-hander from San Fernando, California. Signed as a free agent in 2004. Miggy 6'1" and 170 pounds, just 21 years old, although he'll turn 22 in about a month. Almonte lifts this one down the left field side, foul and out of play. And it is 0-2. Miguel González on the season has appeared in 5 ball games for the Quakes. All 5 appearances have been in relief, no wins, no losses, and a 6.35 earned run average. 0-1 to Almonte. Curveball on the outside corner. And González ahead in the count now, 0-2. Working quickly. Fastball down low there. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Miguel González, mentioned, played at San Fernando High School, then played collegiately at Los Angeles Mission Community College. And he knows this area pretty well. Fastball misses, and it's even at 2-2. González actually appeared in 2 ball games for the Quakes last year, on a total of 4 2/3 innings, and did not allow a run. That one inside, and it's full 3-2. Spent the majority of the year in Cedar Rapids last season, where he went 2-5 with a 470 earned run average. That was in 28 ball games for the Colonels bullpen. This one in the air, left center field. Drew Toussaint will call off Josh LeBlanc and make the catch. So Almonte flies out to Toussaint in left center. 2 away now. And here's Jose Valdez, the third baseman. Quakes on top 10-0 here in the top of the 7th. Remember, folks, this is just game 1 of this 3-game series. I want to thank our friends at the Cucamonga Valley Water District for handing out the free water bottles to fans tonight. Valdez takes a strike at 0-1. And also later tonight, after the game, we're going to have ourselves a fireworks show. That's why the crowd is as good as it is. Valdez lifts this one into right. Cody Fuller camps out and puts it away. Lazy fly ball out to right. A 1-2-3 inning turned in by Miguel González here in the top of the 7th, including his first strikeout. Modesto goes in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Fans, you know what time it is. I don't even have to say it. Get on up, stretch them out. To the bottom of the 7th we go. Quakes on top, 10-0.
In baseball, there's nothing more satisfying than the crack of the bat. A cracked and broken driveway, however, is another matter. For quality residential and commercial concrete construction, more people trust Summit Construction. They feature textured concrete, patios, walkways, and driveways, as well as custom masonry, foundations, block walls, and more. Find Summit Construction in the yellow pages under concrete and online at summitpools.net. Summit Construction, quality construction guaranteed.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Of the 7th, and Jarrett Grube still out there for Modesto. He'll begin his 3rd inning of work. Fans, again, want to thank our friends at the Cucamonga Valley Water District for giving out the free water bottles to the fans tonight. Always great to get the support from the CVWD like we do out here at the ballpark. So we thank everybody involved with the great water bottle giveaway that we had courtesy of the Cucamonga Valley Water District here tonight. Quakes up 10-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. As Cliff Rennerly will lead it off. First pitch swinging, line drive into left field, and that's a base knock. So Cliff Rennerly now 4 for 4. Quakes get the leadoff man on here in the bottom of the 7th. So those 4 hits for Cliff Rennerly tie a season high for the Quakes. Michael Collins had 4 hits against Lancaster back on April 15th. And now Cliff Rennerly also has a 4-hit night. So leadoff knock from Remo. Here's Drew Toussaint in from the right side. He'll lay off the fastball that misses high in the zone, and it's 1-0. Drew Toussaint has a couple of hits tonight, including a big 2-run single back in the first. Another fastball, this one down low. And it is 2 balls and no strike. Field around towards right. 2-0 to Toussaint. Fastball swung on and missed. It's 2-1. Fans, tomorrow night, it is Scout Night at the ballpark. We'll have all the Boy Scout troops in the area out for tomorrow night's ball game. We'll look forward to seeing them. Two-one, slider strike. And it's 2-2. Tomorrow we'll see the left-hander Micah Posey make his first start of the year for the Quakes. Of course, Posey, the guest on the on-deck show tonight. This one in the air, right center field, playable. Back in front of the warning track. Matt Miller, the center fielder, will haul it in out there in right center field. Toussaint hit it a long way, but got just underneath the ball. Remley goes back to first, and there's one gone here in the bottom of the 7th. Quakes up 10-0. 1 on, 1 out. Here's Tim Duff, the catcher. Grube, the right-hander, from the stretch. And misses up high with a fastball to Duff. It's 1-0. Quakes send Micah Posey to the hill tomorrow. He'll be opposed by Modesto left-hander Franklin Morales. I'll look forward to sharing it with you. Slider down away, 2 balls, no strikes. Tickets are available for tomorrow night's ball game. You can call the Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252. That will take you down to the ticket office directly. Now, one of our representatives will be able to help you. Fastball inside, 3-0. Of course, everybody in the ticket office works so hard. I want to thank them for everything that they do. Kim Unkelman Fogel, director of ticket operations. You got one of my best friends, James Anos, the ticket office manager. Tim Duff takes a strike. It's 3-1. And also, how about top intern Dan Arciano down there in the ticket office as well. Now you can't forget James Anos' fiance, the lovely Veronica. Fastball up high there. Tim Duff draws himself a walk. The first free pass given up by Jarrett Grube, and that will draw the pitching coach Butch Hughes after a visit. Fans, want to remind you that Quakes Baseball is brought to you in part by Round Table Pizza here in Rancho Cucamonga. Bring in your Quakes ticket stub and get a large one-topping pizza for just $10.99 plus tax. Give them a call at 980-8040 for delivery, or if you want to dine in over there at Round Table, swing on by to 7201 Archibald Avenue. 2 on, 1 out for the Quakes here in the bottom of the 7th. And Nate Sutton is in from the left side. Sut 0 for 3 with an RBI ground out back in the first. First pitch, fastball outside. And it is 1-0. First pitch set for 7:05 tomorrow. Then a 2:05 start. And the series finale on Sunday. This one in the air down the left field line. Going to slice foul and get into the Quakes bullpen. And it's even at 1-1. After this weekend, the Lake Elsinore Storm come in for 4 ball games. Monday through Thursday. All of those games begin at 7:05 as well. Speaking of Lake Elsinore, let's take a look at what the Storm are doing tonight. Take a look at the scores from around the California League. San Jose, we like them. This one fouled off down the left field side. It's 1-2. San Jose Giants in Lake Elsinore tonight. And the Giants with a 5-0 lead on the Lake Elsinore Storm. That ball game is in the 7th. San Jose holding Lake E to only 4 hits on the night. So if things stay the way they are shaping up, the Quakes would win, Lake Elsinore would lose, and the Quakes would be back into first place by a full game over Lake Elsinore. Fastball up high there to Sutton, and it's 2-2. Inland Empire is trailing Bakersfield 3-0, but that ball game is only in the 4th. They've been delayed by lightning up there in Bakersfield. Sutton takes this one in the air to right. Off the end of the bat, Chris Fry will come in and make the catch. Runners stay put. Sutton retired on the lazy fly ball to right. And now back to the leadoff man, Josh LeBlanc. So don't know if they will pick that ball game back up tonight. Bakersfield scored all 3 of its runs in the 3rd inning. And again, that's not an official ball game right now. Only in the bottom of the 4th. Bakersfield up 3-0 on Inland Empire. The other Southern Division team that's close to the lead is the High Desert Mavericks. They came into tonight's action a game and a half out behind both the Quakes and the Storm, who are tied for first. This one outside to LeBlanc. It's 1-0. And High Desert doing its part to keep it close, as they lead Lancaster 6-1. That ball game in the 7th up in High Desert. Swing and a miss by Josh LeBlanc. 1 ball and 1 strike now to count on JB. He is 2 for 4 tonight. Both of his hits coming in the 1st inning. A double and an RBI single. Also scored a run. There's a ground ball up the first baseline. That'll get fouled. And it's 1-2. One other score to tell you about from the California League, Visalia, where they lead on Stockton 4-0. That ball game at Banner Island Ballpark in Stockton. And they are in the 8th inning. 1-2, change up high. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes, even up on Josh LeBlanc. Quakes up 10-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 on, 2 out. Cliff Remley, the man at second. Tim Duff, the runner aboard at first. 10 runs on 13 hits for the Quakes tonight. The 2-2 to LeBlanc. Slider swung on and missed. And that is strike 3. Ball was in the dirt. Neil Wilson will pick it up, throw down to first to complete the strikeout, and that does it for the Quakes here in the bottom of the 7th. So the 4th strikeout of the night for Jarrett Grube, and he has turned in 3 shutout innings. In the 7th, Quakes get no runs after a hit and a walk. No Modesto errors, a pair are left. We're through 7 complete. Quakes don't have a whole lot to worry about. They're up 10-0.
With prices flying higher than a Quakes home run leaving the ballpark, you want to get the most for your money. If you're in the market for residential or commercial concrete, contact Best Price Concrete Work. They specialize in both residential and commercial concrete, including driveways, crack repair, resurfacing, even decorative work. For free estimates, call Best Price Concrete Work at 467-2562. That's 467-2562. Best Price Concrete Work. Quality, professional, and the best price.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Nice floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
No, that never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you guys should come down here.
Hey, baby. Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
It's the top of the eighth. Miguel González, fresh off of a perfect seventh inning, will work to the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Modesto here. Kyle Wilson, Chris Fry, and Corey Wimberly. They're up for the Nuts. Fastball strike there from González. It's 0-1. Quakes up 10-0 here in the top of the eighth. Well, on their way to moving back to 4 games over 500. Fouled back by Wilson. And it's 0-2. Fans, want to remind you that Quakes Baseball is brought to you in part by Esther Tacos in Upland. Serving authentic Mexican food 7 days a week. Esther's features tacos, burritos, quesadillas, and fajitas. A fly ball into right field. Bad jump by Fuller. He makes a diving catch out there in right. And all Kyle Wilson can do is just put his hands on his head and walk back to the dugout. That ball was hit right at Cody Fuller, and it looked like he took a step back before he realized he was supposed to come in on that ball. And then makes a great diving catch out there in right to take away a hit from Kyle Wilson. So now here's Chris Fry, the right fielder. Fastball outside. It's 1-0. Good fans, Esther Tacos. Featuring tacos, burritos, quesadillas, and fajitas. You can stop by and visit them in Upland at the Red Hill Shopping Center, corner of Grove and Foothill. Fastball outside there. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. When you go by, enter to win free Quakes tickets or give them a call at 946-8111. Fastball outside there. It is 2-1. Chris Fry, 1 for 2 tonight for Modesto. Singled in the third, then grounded out back to the starter, Fernando Rodriguez in the 6th. There's a ground ball up the middle. Nate Sutton had to go off his glove. And that will more than likely be an error on Nate Sutton. Nate Sutton going to his right up the middle. Not sure what happened there. Looked like he had his head down and was keeping his eye on the ball. Just had the ball go off the side of his glove. So a fielding error by Nate Sutton. Second error committed by the Quakes tonight. Both clubs have made 2 errors. And here's the leadoff man, Corey Wimberly. Chopper to Remily at first, to second for 1. Back to first, not in time with Miguel González covering. So Wimberly reaches on a fielder's choice. It's tough to double up Corey Wimberly even on a bullet, much less a high chopper. So Chris Fry is forced out on the fielder's choice. 3-6 the scoring. Corey Wimberly reaches first. 2 gone now here in the top of the 8th. And here's Jeff Dragicevic. That's to the right side. First pitch swinging. Off to our right. That'll get down into the seats. It ricocheted off the top of the roof and came back down. And it's 0-1. Dragicevic 0 for 3. Reached on an error his last time up in the 6th. 0-1 for Miguel González. Curveball upstairs, and it's a ball and a strike. Outfield straightaway on Dragicevic. González from the stretch. 1-1. Broke his bat. Little flare out to right field. Coming in Fuller. Dive and attempt again and can't get there. This will ricochet a little bit past him as LeBlanc backs it up and fires it back to the infield. That'll be a broken bat single to right for Jeff Dragicevic. Corey Wimberly goes to third on the play, and runners on the corners with 2 out. That's just the third hit for Modesto all night. Now with men on the corners, here's the center fielder, Matt Miller. Quakes trying to keep the shutout going. They're up 10-0. Quakes do have 1 shutout this year, and it was against a Northern Division opponent. Quakes blanked the Bakersfield Blaze 3-0 in the second game of the year back on Saturday, April the 8th. First offering to Miller. Fastball, strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Now Miller tonight 0 for 3. Reached on a fielder's choice his last time up in the 6th. 0-1, fouled right at home plate. He was out in front of the curveball from Gonzalez. And it is 0-2. Miller on the year hitting .404. 3 home runs, 12 RBIs. There's a slider swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. Matt Miller down swinging, and Miguel González preserves the shutout. Picks up his second strikeout in his second inning of relief work and keeps Modesto off the board here in the top of the 8th. No runs on a hit for the Nuts. There was 1 Quakes error, and Modesto leaves runners on the corners. We go to the bottom of the 8th. And the Quakes still in complete command of this one, 10-0.
It's your first game. You got your glove?
Yeah.
Good boy. All right, bright blue sky, beautiful green grass. You know, there's nothing better than baseball in the summer.
I guess.
Hey, where's the peanut guy?
Dad, we're in the living room.
Hooked on a clear picture? Get hooked on Charter HD TV with a picture 5 times sharper than regular TV plus theater quality sound. You'll watch television like never before. Get local channels in high definition with no equipment to buy. Go where satellite can't. Call 1-888-GET-CHARTER and get hooked. Service not available in all areas. Prices may vary.
When a team renovates their stadium, they do so to improve the comfort and beauty for the home team. If you're planning on remodeling your own home stadium, call Aspen Wood Cabinetry. We specialize in custom cabinetry and millwork, from kitchen to baths, entertainment centers to wall units, even mantels. We feature whole house cabinetry, providing quality craftsmanship since 1978. Gather your ideas and give us a call. You'll find Aspen Wood Cabinetry in your yellow pages.
Aspen Wood Cabinetry. If you can imagine it, we can build it.
This is Rob Sinclair, the voice of the Quakes, the Ontario Airport Marriott. If you're looking for a great place to eat, the Ontario Airport Marriott features the D Street Sports Bar and Grill, open daily from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m., the Pacific Grill for the fine diner, or stop by the 24-hour Pacific Deli. The Ontario Airport Marriott is located at 2200 East Holt Boulevard, just off the 10 freeway. The Ontario Airport Marriott, a proud sponsor of your 2006 Quakes on the radio.
Bottom of the 8th here in Rancho Cucamonga, and the fans going crazy for the T-shirt. T-shirts that are being slingshotted into the seats now. That one came all the way up to the top row here in front of the press box. Tremor getting some good elevation on that slingshot itself. New pitcher into the game for Modesto here in the bottom of the 8th, the right-hander by the name of Derek Merrill. To work to the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Sandoval, Rodriguez, and Collins due up for the Quakes. Rancho up 10-0 here in the bottom of the 8th. Close the book on Jarrett Grube, the first man out of the bullpen for Modesto. He goes 3 scoreless innings. No runs on a hit with a walk and 4 Ks for Jarrett Grube. Freddy Sandoval will lead things off. I'll tell you about Derek Merrill, the right-hander for the Nuts. 6'4", 210-pound native of Temecula. Bouncing ball up the middle on the first pitch. Wimberly will flip to the shortstop Almonte, but Almonte will not get a throw-off. And it'll be an infield hit for Freddy Sandoval. Corey Wimberly fielded that ball going to his right up the middle. and knew his momentum was taking him away from the first base bag, so he made the flip to Almonte, hoping they could get one of those Web Gem style 4-6-3 groundouts, and it was not meant to be. So Sandoval reaches. That's the 14th hit for the Quakes here tonight. And Sean Rodriguez takes the fastball low. It's 1-0. Derek Merrill appearing for the 6th time out of the Modesto bullpen. This one fouled back. It's 1-1. In his 5 previous outings, Merrill, no wins, no losses, and a 1.42 earned run average. Giving up 1 run in 6 1/3 this year. Sean Rodriguez looking for his first hit of the night. Fouls this one sharply back to the screen. And he's behind in the count, 1-2. In those 6 1/3 innings, Merrill has given up 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. Opponent sitting 269 against him. Tried to get Rodriguez to chase a slider down in the dirt. Rodriguez would not comply. So it's even at 2-2. Middle infield, a double play depth. Sandoval not being held at first. Swinging the ball fouled in between the legs of the catcher, Neil Wilson, and back to the backstop. And it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, shakes off Wilson once. On outside target. 2-2 off the plate outside. And it's full up on Sean Rodriguez. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch, broken bat, line drive into right field. That's a base hit. Sandoval going to go from first to third. He's there. I think that bat nailed Tremor on top of the dugout. Tremor was dancing on top of the Quakes dugout there on the third base side. And he's down in a heap right now. So a knock to right for Sean Rodriguez. His first hit. Quakes have 14 hits in the ball game tonight. And now runners on the corners with nobody out for the DH, Michael Collins. Collins with a hit tonight. 1 for 4 laid on a fastball there. And it's 0-1. Fans, we told you we had a good crowd tonight. And we weren't lying. A new season high, 6,042 on hand tonight at the epicenter. Bouncing ball outside the first base bag. 0-2. And count on Michael Collins. Previous high was on the second night of the year when we had 5,200 and change here against Bakersfield. But tonight, break the 6,000 mark for the first time this season. 6,042 the attendance. Two to Collins. Fastball swung on and missed. And that is strike 3. First strikeout for Derek Merrill, the right-hander. 9th for Modesto pitching. That's the first out here in the bottom of the 8th. So Cody Fuller will come to the plate. Cody, a couple of hits in 4 tries tonight. Another multi-hit game for Cody Fuller. In on the hand, slow roller to the second baseman, Wimberly. He'll take the out at first as Freddy Sandoval comes in to score. It's an RBI ground out for Cody Fuller, and the Quakes go up 11-0. For Cody Fuller, he grounds out 4-3, picks up his second RBI of the ball game. He's got 5 on the season. Sandoval scores, and Sean Rodriguez goes to second. So now with 2 away, here's Cliff Remley. And he'll have a chance to get his 5th hit of the night. He is 4 for 4, including a 3-run homer back in the second. First offering, ground ball right to the second baseman, Wimberly. They'll go to first. Remley grounds out, and so much for the suspense. Remley goes after the first pitch he gets, grounds out, and he'll finish tonight 4 for 5. Quakes add a run in the 8th. Can't really call it an insurance run when you're up 10-0 when it happens. But the Quakes tack on a run. Sandoval led off with an infield hit, scores on the RBI ground out by Cody Fuller. A run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. To the 9th we go. Quakes 3 outs away from a victory. They're on top of the Nuts, 11-0.
Hey folks, Rob Sinclair here to tell you about the good people at Nationwide Surveys and what they can do for your business. They can handle customer surveys, employee feedback, and even online and on-site data collection. That's Nationwide Surveys, reliable feedback, fast. Call them today at 1-800-252-0640 or visit them at nationwidesurveys.com. That's 800-252-0640 or online at nationwidesurveys.com.
There's just nothing that beats the serenity and beauty of a koi pond or water garden. If you have a pond or you're thinking about starting one, let Mystic Koi and Water Gardens help. They specialize in everything from initial design and construction to equipment and maintenance. They stock beautiful, healthy koi and goldfish and an extensive variety of water lilies, grasses, and plants. From small tubs and water gardens to large-scale koi ponds, you can rely on Mystic. Log on to mystickoi.com today.
Hey fans, Rob Sinclair here reminding you that any night is a great night to enjoy Quakes baseball. Our Monday Madness promotion gets you 2 tickets, 2 hot dogs, 2 sodas, and 2 popcorns for just $12. Come out for Weenie Wednesdays and enjoy delicious Farmer John hot dogs for just $1. And every Thursday, quench your thirst with $1 beers and sodas on Dave & Buster's Thirsty Thursday. To order Quakes tickets in person, stop by the Epicenter from 10 to 5 Monday through Friday and 10 to 2 on Saturday. You can also order by phone by calling 909-481-5252 or buy tickets online at rcquakes.com.
It's the top of the 9th in a ball game that is pretty much bereft of suspense and has been lacking that element ever since the Quakes went on for 7 runs in the bottom of the first. But you know what? The Quakes Radio Network, we don't care much for suspense. We like laughers like this. Quakes up 11-0, and they've brought on the left-hander Mike Pete to get outs 25, 26, and 27 in this ball game. And if and when Pete accomplishes that, Quakes will have their 9th win of the 2006 season. So Miguel González works 2 shutout innings in relief for the Quakes. No runs, a hit, no errors, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. As Neil Wilson, the cleanup man, offers at the first pitch from Mike Pete. It's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Neil Wilson, Justin Nelson, and Sandy Almonte, 4, 5, and 6 for Modesto here in the top of the 9th. 0-1 from Pete. Another check swing. Did he go around? Yes, sir, says the first base umpire. And Neil Wilson behind in the count, 0-2. Wilson 0 for 3. He has struck out, grounded out, applied to right. 0-2. Curveball down low from Mike Pete. And it's 1-2. Petey, a left-hander, 5'11", 175 pounds. He's from Brandon, Florida. Signed as a free agent out of the University of Florida in 2005. Check swing. A ball that got away from from Duff, the catcher. They appeal down to first. First base umpire isn't looking, now he is. And he says that Wilson held up, so it's even at 2-2. Mike Pete spent last year in Orem, down in the Pioneer League, went 2-1 for the Owls with a couple of saves out of the bullpen and a .99 ERA. 1-2. Tapper foul, back to the screen, and we'll do it again. Pete this season with a record of 1-0 and a 3.38 earned run average. That's in 4 previous outings. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count on Neil Wilson. Here it is from Pete. Fastball outside, and it's gone full. Pete in 4 ball games has worked 5 1/3 innings, giving up 2 runs on 5 hits. from the windup. 3-2, ground ball rolled to the third baseman, Freddy Sandoval. Fields it on the backhand, to his feet. Fixed throw, he's got him. Score at 5-3, and that's the first out here in the top of the ninth. Fans, want to remind you that Quakes Baseball is brought to you in part this year by Bobby Bajas in Rancho Cucamonga. They're offering the best tri-tip California barbecue. Fans, that's not a marketing ploy. That is absolute fact. Sure as the sky's going to be blue tomorrow, Bobby Bajas is where it's at for tri-tip and for Baja Street Food here in the Inland Empire. Justin Nelson in from the left side. Fastball down and away from Pete. It's 1-0. You let Bobby Bajas cater to your family just like they cater to the Quakes here in the press box. They're on the corner of Foothill and Vineyard in Rancho Cucamonga. Or give them a call at 989-9925. That's Bobby Bajas. Fastball inside there to Nelson. 2 balls, no strikes. Left-hander against left-hander here. Nelson 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-1. Folks, I want to tell you, the good people at Bobby Bajas put on an absolute feast for us again here in the press box tonight. Talked to Chef Kim, their head chef, earlier this afternoon. Inside there, 3-1. And, man, they always take care of us over there at Bobby Bajas. They're walking distance from my apartment. That's perhaps the best part of all. A hard hit ground ball foul outside the first base bag. And it's gone full 3-2. So we thank Bobby Bajas for their support. We thank all of our press box food suppliers for their support this year. And, now, fans, we mentioned them on the radio for a reason, so that you guys can go there and experience them and support them just the way that they support us. So we ask that you do that and give them some return for treating us so well. The fastball up high from Mike Pete, and that's ball 4. Justin Nelson draws a 1-out walk here in the top of the ninth. First free pass given up by Quakes pitching tonight. And here's Almonte, the shortstop. Quakes up 11-0 here in the top of the ninth. Mike Pete just needs a couple more outs, and he can wrap this ball game up. Almonte in from the right side. First pitch swing, ground ball, backhanded by Rodriguez to second for 1. And Sutton keeps his foot on the bag. They'll get the force out on Justin Nelson. The fielder's choice for Sandy Almonte. Nice play by Sean Rodriguez. Going to his right into the hole over there at short and then throwing back across his body to get the lead runner, Justin Nelson. He's out 6-4. And now Modesto down to their final out as Jose Valdez goes after the first pitch, hits it into right field. Cody Fuller tracks it down, and that will do it as the Quakes win it tonight by a final of 11-0 for Rancho Cucamonga, their second shutout of the season. And the Quakes now 4-0 against clubs from the Northern Division. 3 wins against Bakersfield to open the year, and now the victory tonight over Modesto. Nuts in the ninth. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. Final score again tonight, Quakes blow out Modesto 11-0. This ball game was over early here this evening. Fans, will go ahead and step aside for 90 seconds. Come back, give you the post-game totals, and we'll wrap things up from here at the Epicenter. Again, the final score, Quakes shut out Modesto 11-0. Back in a minute and a half here on the Quake Radio Network.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a Ready Card preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
For 60 years, you've included Best Western in your family's summer vacation. To say thanks, the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stays with their baseball fan rate. Experience the best summer ever with the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada, because when you stay any 6 nights with them through August 19th, you'll receive a $50 travel card to use toward a future Best Western stay anywhere in the world, including the 338 hotels in California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Visit them today at bestwesternbaseball.com or call 866-743-8738. And remember to book the baseball fan rates.
Pure energy.
Share excitement.
Sky Sailing at the Warner Springs Airport offers you the chance to enjoy the grace, freedom, and joy of soaring.
Sky Sailing offers rides for 1 or 2 passengers in a sailplane.
Mention this radio station and get 15% off a 40-minute ride.
Give that someone special a flight ticket or treat yourself to the panoramic view of the backcountry in a sailplane.
Call Sky Sailing at 760-782-0404. That's 760-782-0404.
Open 9 to 5 every day.
For more information, go to www.skysailing.com.
Back here in Rancho Cucamonga, where the Quakes blow out Modesto tonight by a final count of 11-0. This ball game was over early. Quakes were up 10-0 before most of the fans had gotten their nachos. 7 runs in the first and 3 more in the second. And the Quakes record their second shutout of the year as they hold Modesto to just 3 hits in tonight's ball game. With the victory, the Quakes improved to 9-5 on the year, and they have guaranteed themselves at the least they will be in first place by half a game all by themselves when they wake up tomorrow. Could be more or less, but well, actually they could still be tied if Lake Elsinore comes back to win. But we'll take a look at the California League scoreboard once we get to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. But for now, the Quakes win it. They improve to 9-5 on the season. Rancho Cucamonga wins it with 11 runs on 15 hits. They committed 2 errors, and they left 7 men on base, 3 of them in scoring position. Modesto, meanwhile, falls back to the 500 mark at 7 up and 7 down. No runs for Modesto on only 3 hits. They committed 2 errors as well, and they also left 7 runners on base, 3 of them in scoring position. The winner tonight for the Quakes was the right-hander Fernando Rodriguez. He improves to 2-0 on the year, wins his second straight start, and turns in his first quality start of the season. Fernie tonight goes 6 shutout innings, gave up only 2 hits, no walks, a couple of strikeouts, and a hit batter for Fernando Rodriguez. He had a big lead. He went out there, pumped strikes, worked around the zone, and his reward is his second victory of the year. The news was not so good for the Modesto starter, Ryan Matteus, who came in with a .82 earned run average, and tonight just got absolutely lit up. Gave up 7 runs in the first, 3 more in the second. All told, Matteus gives up 10 runs, 8 of them earned in 4 innings of work. Gave up 12 hits, a walk, 4 strikeouts, and Matteus takes the loss. He falls to 1-2. As you might expect, in an 11-0 ball game, there was no save in this one. So again, the Quakes get the victory. Rancho now up to 9-5 on the season. 11 runs, 15 hits, 2 errors, and 7 left for the Quakes. Modesto drops to 7-7 with the loss. No runs on 3 hits. A couple of errors for the Nuts, and they left 7 aboard as well. On the personal side of things, Fernie Rodriguez gets the win. He improves to 2-0 for the Quakes. And Ryan Matteus takes the loss. He drops to 1-2. Fans, will go ahead and step aside for 60 seconds. When we come back, it'll be the Yellow Book USA postgame show. But for now, we say goodnight to you from the ballpark. Yellow Book USA postgame show is coming up next. We'll take a look at how all these runs were scored, and we'll get you all set up for tomorrow's broadcast as well. Quakes win it 11-0. We'll be back here on the Quakes Radio Network.
Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball has been brought to you in part by the Ontario Airport Marriott, Vineyard Bank, Charter Media, Galliano Winery, the City of Laughlin Convention and Visitors Bureau, Sprint, Chipotle, Red Roof Inn, the City of Rancho Cucamonga, Allstate Insurance, Farmer John, Xbox, Yellow Book USA, and NationwideSurveys.com. KWRM 1370 is the radio home for Quakes baseball all season long. This has been Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball. The Yellow Book USA postgame show is next. The 2006 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes aren't always playing baseball at the epicenter. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Quakes, Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox Live online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at www.xbox.com for more information.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into the yellow book, not the other book. Artists, posers, florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, false teeth, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, fine mail, white whale. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into the yellow book. Let your fingers walk into the yellow book, not the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Welcome to the Yellow Book USA post-game show. Look your information up in Yellow Book, not the other book. This is Quakes Baseball.
And welcome back to the ballpark. The Yellow Book USA post-game show is on the air now as the Quakes celebrate this 11-0 victory over Modesto here tonight. You may hear some post-game fireworks going off as they're being shot off behind the center field wall. Great crowd on hand tonight, 6,042, the high for the season for the Quakes. Biggest crowd we've had all year. And I'll tell you what, boys, they got their money's worth. Quakes win it 11-0 here tonight. Let's take a look at how all these runs were scored. And we start in the bottom of the first inning when the Quakes exploded for 7 runs. Of course, in the top of the first inning, Fernando Rodriguez helped his cause by needing just 6 pitches to retire Modesto in order. So Quakes were already flying high with Fernie Rodriguez throwing the ball so well there in the top of the first, but things just got ridiculous in the bottom half of the first. Quakes sent 11 men to the plate. They scored 7 runs on 8 hits, which are season highs in both categories for a single inning for the Quakes. It all started when Josh LeBlanc dropped what should have been a single into left field, but the Modesto left fielder, Justin Nelson, really just kind of took his sweet time getting over to the ball, and Josh LeBlanc, he's got good wheels. You can't underestimate him and think, oh, well, he's not going to try to turn a single into a double in the bottom of the first, because he will, and he did. Turned a single into a double on pure hustle, then Freddy Sandoval single. That moves LeBlanc to third, and then very next pitch, Sean Rodriguez lifts the sacrifice fly to right. In comes Josh LeBlanc, and Quakes have a 1-0 lead. So you're thinking, okay, good start. Had no idea what was going to come next. At that point, you got a runner on first with 1 out. So what happens? Michael Collins, single up the middle. Freddie Sandoval goes for third. Cody Fuller, line drive into right, drops in front of the right fielder, Chris Fry. That brings in Sandoval. Collins goes to second. Quakes are up 2-0. Then Cliff Remley comes to the plate, hits a little pop fly into short left field. The shortstop, Sandy Almonte, went out. The left fielder, Justin Nelson, came in. It's Nelson's ball, but Almonte called him off and then did not make the catch, had to drop about a foot off to his left. That loaded the bases, and then Drew Toussaint came to the plate, grounded a 2-run single back up the middle. That turned a 2-0 game into a 4-0 game as Collins and Fuller both came in to score when the Quakes weren't done. Tim Duff, RBI single to right. Nate Sutton, RBI ground out. Josh LeBlanc, for the second time in the inning, had a hit. This time an RBI single to right. Before it was all said and done, Quakes had a 7-0 lead there in the bottom of the first. And, folks, here's the thing. In that bottom of the first inning, Quakes got 8 hits. And 5 of those 8 came with 2 strikes. That's how close Ryan Matteus was to getting out of the inning completely unharmed, or at least limiting the damage. He was 1 pitch away for most of the night, and the Quakes just got to him for 7 runs on 8 hits there in the bottom of the first. Bottom of the second, Quakes tack on 3 more. All it took was 1 swing of the bat from Cliff Remley. He had 2 strikes on him, was down in the count 1-2, and crushed a 3-run homer to right field. Michael Collins and Cody Fuller scored ahead of Cliff Remley. It was Remo's first home run of the season. RBIs 3, 4, and 5 for Cliff Remley. He finished with 4 hits tonight, as you can continue to hear the fireworks going on in the background. That put the Quakes up 10-0. Modesto didn't even get a hit until the third, and Rancho finished the scoring there in the bottom of the eighth. An RBI ground out by Cody Fuller to account for the final score, 11-0 here at the Epicenter tonight. The fans will go ahead and step aside for 60 seconds. When we come back, let's take a look at the box score and tell you how everybody did in this ball game. Again, the Quakes win it 11-0 tonight. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the Quakes Radio Network.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, mission tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into the other book, not the other book. Artists, posers, florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, false teeth, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, bomb bale, white whale. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into the yellow book. Let your fingers walk into the yellow book, not the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Back here on the Yellow Book USA postgame show, where tonight the Quakes defeat Modesto by a count of 11-0. Taking a look at the box score in this one, Josh LeBlanc, good to see him back to a multi-hit night. As he recaptures the form that he showed in the early going of this season. LeBlanc had been in a big slump, but had 2 hits in the first inning alone. He finishes 2 for 5 with a run scored and an RBI. Freddy Sandoval, he has 2 hits for the Quakes tonight, 1 in the first and 1 in the 8th. Finishes 2 for 5. He scores a couple of runs. Sean Rodriguez goes 1 for 4 with a single and a sacrifice fly. Michael Collins finishes 1 for 5, reaches on his single and on an error. Also struck out 3 times, but scored 2 runs. Cody Fuller, he goes 2 for 5. An RBI single in the first and an RBI ground out in the 8th for Cody Fuller. He scored twice. Cliff Remley, he scored 2 runs and finishes 4 for 5. He had the biggest night of all for the Quakes, 4 for 5, including that 3-run homer there in the second. Drew Toussaint goes 2 for 4 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. Tim Duff, the catcher, goes 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the first. He scored a run, also drew a couple of walks. Another nice night for Tim Duff as he continues to take advantage when he finds himself in the lineup. And Nate Sutton tonight goes 0 for 4 with an RBI ground out. Pitching-wise, again, Fernando Rodriguez gets the win. He improves to 2-0 on the year. Fernie with 6 shutout innings, couple of hits, no walks, 2 Ks, and 1 hit batter for Fernando Rodriguez. Miguel González, 2 scoreless innings in relief, gave up just 1 hit and recorded a couple of strikeouts, and Mike Pete got the final 3 outs with a scoreless night. Fans will go ahead and step aside for one last 60-second break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the California League scoreboard and get you all set up for tomorrow's broadcast as well. That's coming up in 1 minute here on the Yellow Book USA postgame show.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, mission tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into the other book, not the other book. Artists, posers, florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, false teeth, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, bomb bale, white whale. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into the yellow book. Let your fingers walk into the yellow book, not the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Back here in Rancho Cucamonga